Okay, rulers, settle down. Ruler School is brought to you by Odyssey Games, where you can go to get pre-orders of all the upcoming Force of Will sets, as well as releases of previous sets after they come out. TCGprime.com with over 100,000 Force of Will singles, as well as out-of-print boxes from the past, and TCG accessories, as well as fowlibrary.com, a wonderful resource for deck lists, article discussions, and more. Check them out at fowlibrary.com, as well as these amazing patrons. Special thanks to guest lecturer patrons Shukong Fu, Vite Ramen, and Maxime Van He. Thank you for your support. Class is in session. Hey there, rulers. Welcome to day 2, top 8 of our first ever Wanderer event. We are going to be jumping in right here with Brendan Hill on Almerius Moonstart versus Joseph Cuevas on Mylist Grus Ballesta. Different version than the Mylist Grus Ballesta we saw yesterday, just as a heads up. So this should be interesting. We'll see if this is a grindy top 8 or a we're going to jump to top 4 pretty quick. Could be definitely either way. And we get to see Final Stance come back.
Yeah.
Babatunde, what are you hoping wins the whole thing today?
Not combo.
Not combo. Great.
Or
great,
I guess any of the control. I don't know.
Any of the control
something new, because
sure.
like, I mean, for what the past year we've just seen control decks just overwhelmingly just take everything.
Yeah, we've got anti-meta stuff here today. We've got mid-range stuff here. We've got early pop-off combo, and we've got control. So it'll be interesting to see how the matchups break up. And what it means, for the long run. So with that, let's go ahead and jump over to our table.
Let's get it.
Okay, rulers, settle down. Ruler School is brought to you by Odyssey Games, where you can go to get pre-orders of all the upcoming Force of Will sets, as well as releases of previous sets after they come out. TCGprime.com with over 100,000 Force of Will singles, as well as out-of-print boxes from the past, and TCG accessories, as well as fowlibrary.com, a wonderful resource for deck lists, article discussions, and more. Check them out at fowlibrary.com, as well as these amazing patrons. Special thanks to guest lecturer patrons Shukong Fu, Vite Ramen, and Maxime Van He. Thank you for your support. Class is in session. Now we're going to the table.
All right.
Okay, guys, welcome to top 8. Joseph, you are the higher seed, so you get to choose whether to go first or second. I believe you have already chosen to go first. So we have Almerius Moonstart versus Grus Ballesta Mylist. You guys can go ahead and go all the way through up to resolving mulligans, and then we will start your 1-hour time clock.
Cool. How'd you like to cut?
Halves.
Halves can be as
You move this.
I'll mulligan 3.
also mulligan 3.
That is sending real quick. There we go.
You guys all set?
Yep.
Okay. Welcome to Top 8 Game 1. You have 60 minutes on the round. You can begin.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game trigger.
Yep.
I'm going to reveal Rogue Spectator from my sideboard.
Rogue Spectator coming down here.
All right. Already starting.
Start of main, produce a red with no list.
Yes.
Time to see
go ahead and tap
exactly
and fall
what
stone. Maybe
having
versus
more
a
life will do here.
Oh, yeah.
Play a Magic Stone of Moonshade.
Yep.
Magic Stone. Oh,
Start
I would
tap
have.
again.
I would have thought we would have seen Magic Stone. I guess maybe get it right up front so that his Magic Stones of Moonlight could be good.
Using
That's
my
fair.
red,
Mm-hmm.
I'll cast Sudden Manifestation of Power. Putting in a Blasting Waves and drawing a card.
Yep.
Tap it to float a green and activate Roost, sacking my stone.
Yep.
To put in a tap Blasting Waves.
Yep.
Using the floating green, I'll cast Perseus Big Show.
Sounds good.
So many actions in turn 1.
I'm aware. Like this is. I guess this is why we didn't
Um,
go for the other zone, right?
It's more unlike the Milas deck we saw yesterday, it's not really playing any burn.
Right.
I will be
It's
both on
just
top.
using
And with that, I'll pass turn 2.
it's just using it to be able to get that extra stone on turn 1 more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly I
Yeah, the Black
think
Silence again, alright.
does give Brendan a little
Yeah,
bit of an
double
edge
Black
because it has a little bit of an edge in life
And
total
that,
Right.
We will pass.
because we're not just trying to burn you out, but we'll
Mm.
see.
Draw for turn.
Yeah.
Move to recover.
Yeah.
Call Stone from West.
Yep.
Putting in Magic Stone of Moonlight.
Sounds good.
Tapping my Blasting Waves, I'll cast a Phantasmal Ascendant.
Yep.
Enter.
Phantasmal Ascendant coming in here.
Putting in a Magic Stone of Black Silence.
Yep.
Tap it to float a green. Activating
Mhm.
Roost, sacking it.
Chasing Groove.
Yep.
Green. Lori.
Alright, to stop getting a new stone.
The cast is fine. In response to the enter, I'll use a floating green to lower it.
There we
Alright,
go.
back and
Overall
forth here.
response. Yep.
Yep.
I tap Magic Stone of Moonlight. I'll pass turn.
Okay. I will draw for turn.
Mhm.
Filter with Mooster.
Lorite fight,
Mm-hmm.
as we're used to here.
Of course. Yep.
Put that on the bottom.
Magic Stone, also, who would have thought Magic Stone of Moonlight suddenly
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
in?
It's 6, right?
I know, right?
Should be 7 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's fine.
Okay.
But I think only in a deck like this with Crucible still could you
We will
pull off.
Oh,
such a
yeah, especially since
stone,
it's
know?
the same kind of thing
Like-
as like Scheherazade, right? Like
Right.
Scheherazade grabbed a Moonshade and then played for Moonlight. Crucible Estus just doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Where,
Exactly.
like you just grab your Moonshade, so then your Moonlights are great.
Mm.
So if Joseph is only
yeah,
playing one, then he
honestly-
feels good about this event
That's
having the
your
one
end. I'll
Moonshade
take
he
that.
needs,
Right.
right?
Ferris.
We're gonna see the Ferris to stop the Big Show.
Mm.
But Joseph's hand is only 3 cards beyond this, so like that's the other thing too. Is like Joseph's burning cards to
Yeah.
do this.
It's not really maintaining a hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So if
Okay.
Brendan can control the hand,
Mhm.
then he's in a little bit better shape. And right
Mhm.
now he's doing a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
So that'll be the big catch up here.
Yeah. I think at this point he's just like, I'm just gonna lay back and just like, it's fine. I'm just gonna let you play your cards. And
Yeah.
Putting in a Killing Stone, I'll take
Whittle you down.
Take 3, go to 37.
Yep. Yep.
Move to combat.
Yeah.
Send 4.
We're just gonna block with takes it. Interesting.
66.
So
Combat.
I think we would have. I would have thought we would have blocked there.
Block with Lori.
That's good.
Why did we not block with the? I mean, I guess it keeps your
Tap and
body
Killing
on
Stone for red,
field.
since it's the stone I
Yeah.
bought.
Yep.
Blasting
Maybe.
Waves.
Okay.
Cast Violet Maria Bella Chasing Fire.
Yeah.
There we go.
Taking on the cast.
Card that has quickly risen up the ranks in terms of how
I love it.
good we thought it was. Like we looked at it at first, we're like, nah. Then we immediately were just like,
I mean,
oh wait, this is
I
good.
thought it was amazing.
He's number 13 here. A number 13.
Let's get it.
Yeah, number 13 to try to stop it.
Yeah.
That would get
Fair enough.
get him down to 3 cards. And getting rid of that thing with Eternal would be pretty huge.
Yeah.
Looking at
Roger.
Joseph's deck list, it's honestly
1, 2, 3, 4,
not. He
5.
doesn't have a ton of threats. It's just like I've got a bajillion will. Here we go. Getting into a
No.
cancel war over the Violet and Maribella here doesn't necessarily feel super great. It is going to get to swing in for 5 if it survives.
Yeah.
But it does, cost some will here. The other thing is, too, is like we just haven't seen
I will take 2.
go down to 64.
Alright.
We just haven't seen
Attacking
any.
Moonlight for green, cast his last lecture.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Lax Lecture coming back in.
Wow.
Anti-magic and get 2+1.
Yes.
Okay, so now we've
Wow.
kept here, but we're down to 2 cards in hand, and we've still got lots of life.
Take it.
Go to 59.
Because if he doesn't kill fast enough, down to 59. If he doesn't kill fast enough,
Yeah.
Final Stance can just be like, cool.
Draw for turn.
But Brendan needs to find it, right?
Yeah.
Because now Joseph is down to only 2 cards in hand, and he's got plenty of life. Brendan's got plenty of life still.
But I mean, okay, so with the Violet though, I think if he's able to dump a lot of will into it, and Brendan doesn't really have responses necessarily,
Sure.
I think he could just really just take him down really fast.
Yeah,
Like,
you're,
it doesn't
you're
matter
certainly
how
not wrong.
big your life
Mikage
would be.
Rhea, Rhea is a big card here,
Right.
right? Because Rhea is a flyer.
Exactly.
Like, Rhea is the big card here to be able to deal with the
sorry,
Violet
you
Maribella.
took
Right.
2 to play the... Just have to
Yes,
make
I
it
did take 2. I'm at 57.
57 life. We missed the
56.
Moonshade payment.
Okay. Oh yeah, got you.
That's the other thing that's hurting here too, is the Moonshades.
Yeah, the Moonshades, right? Exactly.
Black. We'll cast Scorn.
Ooh, okay.
Mm.
Try to peek some advantage here. We know that 1 card in hand is, that 1 card in hand for Brendan is
I'll
number
make it green,
13.
I'll get
Right.
rid of the negate it.
That's good.
I don't know if I agree. That other card in hand is something that we need to keep, I guess. Because
I mean, I guess if you don't,
well, because the thing is,
yeah.
the Scorn of Dark Atlas would have just grabbed the Garian anyway.
right?
So we really need to.
But I guess you
If
don't
the
really
other
want to
card in
reveal.
hand-
Yeah,
yeah.
but so if you really don't want your opponent to see what you have, I guess. But I mean, it's 1 card, so I don't know.
I wonder if I'm trying to look at the deck list to see if Brendan is playing Duet of Light. I believe he is, but let me
Okay.
double check.
Filter with Moonstrike.
Sounds good.
Can pull up the deck lists here.
I could believe it if he was.
He is not playing any in the main. That's interesting.
Okay, but it's in the side.
It's not even in the side.
It's not even the side.
No duets.
Interesting. Okay.
He's also not playing Virgilius like I've seen him do before.
Pay 2 life, produce black, and cast Wings of Light and Darkness, targeting Maribella.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a way to get rid of it.
Yep.
And then we will.
No, Wings of Light isn't good.
Yes. This is great.
So we're down to 55 for
And
Brendan
then we will.
because he paid 2.
pass
Yeah.
to you.
I have you at 55.
Yes, I have 50.
Cool. Draw turn.
Yep.
So this is
Shoot you for
Yep.
2.
down to 53.
Go to 53.
Only 2 cards in Joseph's hand. We're starting to run in low on resources. So we got the will.
Mm.
We don't have our eternal body anymore.
No, we don't.
Combat. Centaur.
I think you
Take it.
block with. Oh, he's taking it.
49.
Goes down to 39. Why are we not
Yep.
blocking with the
Zero.
Lorite? Why do we care?
Yep.
That seems interesting to me. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you stop? I mean, I guess it's to make it
Also
so you're
plus-
not losing board presence at all, but feels awkward.
Magic
Mm.
Moonlight.
Currently, we have 4 unique names. So, Gruce Ballesta. Oh, that's an interesting thing. Is Gruce Ballesta with Swiftness?
Yeah.
Like, if we get enough different stones.
Mhm.
At the end of your
Okay.
turn.
Now-
Produce black.
Yep.
Okay. So we're
Double.
Choose
So
one
down to
target.
Ray is coming in.
Cast is fine in response to the enter.
now we gotta lower it.
So we're down to 47. Yep.
Oh, Lord.
That's good.
I still think that's okay because now we can start gaining life back.
Yeah.
Like,
Recover.
are we playing Dark Alice Rabbit Princesses? No, we're not.
Cards in hand?
One.
One card in hand.
hand.
This feels like a
Also,
pretty
Valkyries.
potentially good spot
Another
for
Moonshade.
Brendan.
Love it.
Oof, those Moonshades are not being helpful now.
No.
Do you swing the Rhea into the Phantasmal Ascendant? Just to gain 4, get the 4/4, so now our blockers are just like pinging each, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We
Yep.
will swing 4 in the air.
I'll
I
take it.
guess not.
Nope, just gonna do the life
33
swings.
to
Alright, cool.
51.
That is correct.
3351.
And then pass to you.
And then a pass.
Draw turn.
Okay. Does feel like Brendan's kind of rounding the corner from the early aggression from this
Okay.
mindless Gruce Ballista deck.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Gruce
3, 4, 5.
Ballista does not have Pierce
No, he does not.
if he has everything. He just becomes bigger. Yeah. So
Mhm.
getting to start gaining life back is huge. Brendan sitting on a ton of cards in hands.
I'll attempt a big show.
Thinking.
Do we have an out to? I mean, if we have an out to this big show, it's pretty big. Because right now the mindless isn't even burning for that much.
Right.
Fair spell.
Farrah's spell. That's 2 Prissy is gone and a
Yep.
Violet.
Recover is good.
Wonder,
Also on the left.
Chip damage against an Almerius deck
More
is
of
not
information, I'll
great.
take 3.
Okay.
Down to 29.
Mhm.
Or no, sorry, 30 flat because of the Memory of Reincarnation.
gotcha.
Sure.
Send 4.
Take it.
Well, I guess I understand
Is it coming?
because he would
Send
just.
what?
Well, the mindless is tapped. Taking that one as well.
Yep.
There's got to be an
Is it coming?
Almerius in
Send one?
hand.
Take it.
Down to
45?
45. Is there a Lumia in hand? Now would be the time to do it, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
1 card in hand.
How many hand again, sir?
It should be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 now because I played fair spell.
4.
And we know there's a number 13,
Mm-hmm.
which only costs us 1 at this point. Gruce Ballista could flip and swing in, but then the Lorite just blocks it, so that doesn't feel super great.
No.
1 card in hand for Joseph is kind of not great here.
I'll pass.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, now we're going to start seeing some pushback, I think.
Yeah.
So pay 2 life
Down to 43.
Go to 43.
and cast Lumia.
There's the Lumia.
Okay.
So we're going back up and
Mhm.
drawing a card.
Cast is fine. In response to the enter, I'll
Yeah.
pass Rogue Spectator.
Rogue's-
Casting
Mm.
I think we see number
maybe.
13 to stop that, in my opinion. We need the life, because we're going to pay life. Oh,
draw
no,
my
it
turn?
resolves.
Oh.
Draw.
You draw for Lumia.
Do I still draw for Lumia?
Yeah, you
Or-
still
oh,
attempt to.
yes, yeah.
you just can't
still
give life.
resolve as much as possible.
Okay, maybe.
Okay, and then still at the end of your turn,
Mm.
pay 2 life and play another Mikage Ray.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. So we're down to
Response
41.
enter, I'll attempt to lower it.
You will
Oof.
have to
Number
lower-
13.
I will pay 2
Number
life
13.
and number 13.
That
There we go.
is,
So
in
I'm
my
at 39
opinion,
currently.
the game.
Mm.
After I just paid 6, that checks out.
39.
Cards in hand,
There we go.
1. No,
And
2. I have
2,
2
and
cards.
you're all tapped up, correct?
I'm all tapped out now.
I'll activate Gru's, sacking my Memory of Incarnation to draw a card.
Sure.
Draw first. Resolve trigger.
Yeah.
Anti-magic Gru's.
Cool. Anti-magic resolves.
And then,
Mikage Ray resolves.
Yep.
Search my deck.
yeah, because now we're going to final stance and take 2 turns.
Mm.
And that,
Will
I
hit
think, is the
Final
game.
Stance. Shuffle here.
Because we get to swing, final stance, pump, swing.
Yeah.
So that seems like it's over. Because we've seen 3 Lorites now, and
Mhm.
Joseph is playing
Go to my turn.
Yep.
Draw for
4 Lorites. So if that last card in hand is another
Go
Lorite,
to a King's turn.
there's a chance here, but this does feel like
Down on the bottom.
Brendan has played this very tight.
Yep.
And gotten to resolve the things he needs to resolve to be able to keep
And
his
you
life total
are
high
no
enough.
cards in hand.
1 card in hand.
1 card.
Yes.
So we tap with Mood Start to
we
call
will-
stone.
Callstone with booster.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So just to give us the most resources
And
possible.
Knowledge.
Not having to hurt ourselves is nice.
Yeah.
And then I will produce white, a 2 life for white,
They're into 37.
Yep.
and Judgment Almerius.
Sounds good.
Okay, Almerius will revive Final Stance.
Yep.
Final Stance is going to be another turn.
Okay. Yeah, we got 2 turns.
Okay.
Yep. So now I'm pretty sure we're locked at this point because we can just swing in for.
Moonstart trigger on Judgmenting Almerius to draw.
To draw a card.
Yeah, because we got Will to pump in next
Okay.
turn. We're going to gain life back
Mhm.
from the Mikage Reyes. I almost wonder if you pay to pump into
get
the
1
Reyes
card.
this turn
One
too.
card in hand.
Like pay to pump so then the Reyes are both swinging for 6.
Right.
I will pay 4 life to produce white twice.
Oh, he's doing it
Yep.
this turn. So down to
And
34.
mark my field
Yep.
for 4, so I will be at 33.
33.
Go to
33.
Go to
33.
combat.
Yep.
And let's swing 6 on the ground.
You got it.
Down to 24.
Ooh.
And then 5 on the ground.
Yep.
And then 8 in the air.
Yep.
And then
Gains
8
him.
in the air.
Yep. I'm at 3.
So plays down to 3, and he gains back up to 49.
Pass turn, go to my turn.
Yep.
Okay. Draw for turn.
So he's at 4,900 to 300 right now.
You got it.
And all he has to do is just swing with Araya for lethal, and we go to game 2.
Combat.
Yep.
4 in the air.
You got it. Game 2.
Okay, game 2. Reset us back to 7,000 and 4,000. Yeah, the Rogue Spectator there. There just wasn't enough aggression, and again, the hand refill I think was the big piece that kind of against Almerius, the lack of being able to refill your hand
Yeah.
is the biggest problem I think for this list for Joseph, because like he'll gas out, getting him down to $3,000.
Absolutely.
And then or getting him down to $4,000 life, and it's like, cool. Well, you didn't kill. I mean, we've talked about this before, right? And the extra life is a big piece of this. So, going into Joseph's sideboard, he is playing Pumpkin Witch, so like I get that idea. Magic of Trust and Love maybe comes in. Revealing the Power of Salvation probably. Maybe comes in for some life gain. I don't know. Necronomicon Barrier probably comes in, I imagine. That would be the card that I think would come in the most. Would be Necro. So that, like, in those heavy interaction turns before he goes off, he can just turn off Lorites, turn off Lumias for a turn.
Absolutely.
And then try to push in. Like, that's a card that I think would probably come in. For Brendan, Hunting Angels, I think.
Wow, this is another card.
Shackles of Ice. I think that's it. And I do have to give credit to Brendan playing. One of them made it into top 8. On this Easter Sunday, Savior of Splendor has made it into the top 8 of a GP. Just saying, it's a one of in his sideboard, and I'm super proud of him. Yeah, I think Shackles of Ice feels like maybe a card that can get sideboarded in here, just because of the fact that it turns off Grus Ballesta being able to sack a stone.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, like, and Brandon's not super concerned about the Moonstart filter.
Right.
Like, it's helpful.
He hasn't used it as much.
Yeah,
that
he used
we've
it like
seen so
twice
far.
that
Yeah.
game. So, like,
Yeah,
in my
not
opinion,
really.
I'd rather turn off you sacking stones and not
Exactly.
have my filter
Exactly.
than anything else.
Right, because I'm seeing that that's part of your engine and how you're able to turbo out stones.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's worth it for me to turn yours off.
Now,
and
Joseph
slow you
is
down.
playing Ultra Magic Stone Golems, so there is a world, I think, where maybe that comes into play because it has the Pierce, right?
Right.
Just to be able to, like, nuke a board, throw down a big body, because Brendan's deck doesn't have a ton of good stuff to be able to answer an Ultra Magic Stone Golem. So, like, if it sticks, it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, even like as we've seen, like him having an extra turn, it's like fine, you can have an extra turn, but you're not gonna have an extra turn with bodies, you know?
Right, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So we see stuff like that. So, I mean, but we'll see. We'll see what he. That was in a side deck, right?
The Ultra Magic Stone Golem is in the side deck of Joseph. Yeah,
Joseph,
he's
gotcha.
playing 2 golems in the sideboard.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think we see those come in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do. I think we see
absolutely.
those as well.
Patrick says, "I don't.
You
I
don't think it
so.
comes in?
It's a will you could use on
I believe
something
there's no
else.
sideboard,
in
so
my
I can
opinion.
still sideboard one more card.
Go for it. I haven't announced.
No, I mean I see what you're coming with, Patrick, but I think you do because of the fact that you've seen your opponent.
Just a heads up. 1 minute left to present, guys.
Because you see your opponent is using activations as part of their game plan, as like the major part of their game plan. So I think you definitely want to shackles to slow that down.
I guess I could see where he's coming from, though,
But
because of the fact that Joseph is choosing to go first.
Good luck.
Like, your timing to
Oh,
use
this time,
shackles.
yes, that is true. That is
yeah,
true. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
true.
that is
Based
true.
on the way that we know the fact that Joseph has chosen to go first,
Right.
then maybe shackles doesn't come in, right?
That's
Because
fair. That's
like
fair.
by the time you want to play shackles, they've already done it.
Mm,
You know, so that's the thing.
right.
I'm only getting one.
I was thinking like because of the consistent like use of the
Hold on.
ability. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I
for
feel
sure.
like
Absolutely.
that is something like
I will do what an
maybe you want to
interesting
contend with. I
yeah,
think shackles is bait against Bruce. It doesn't matter
Doesn't?
as
Or
much
just
because you want to use
and
turn 1.5 or 1/2 on actual.
Okay, here we,
Add a main, make a red.
Okay.
here we go.
Yep.
All right.
Fall stone, searches goose.
Yep.
And Shadow's actually checked.
Moonshade coming in.
Yep.
He's in the red. I'll cast him Ascendant.
Ascendant's gonna resolve. We don't have
Enter.
green will, right? Our will is blue-white.
Mm-hmm.
Take 3.
Down to
Yep.
37.
37.
So this is pretty good in the fact that he can use the red and then draw an extra card,
flip
right?
And crack it. Draw
Yep.
first.
Yep.
And put in tap stone.
Ooh, look at that. 2 stones, perfect will.
With that, I will pass.
Ooh,
Okay,
and doesn't use the floating green. Ooh, that feels rough. That we didn't have a use for the floating green.
Yeah.
Debates and plays.
See, weirdly enough, this feels like a turn where you could shackles. Like because that opener was not super strong.
Right.
Life, produce black.
Well, produce black.
All right.
Okay. Down to 37 or sorry,
30,
68. I can do
68,
math.
yeah.
Scorn coming in.
Mhm.
I don't hate the scorn here.
No.
Black
Wit-
Witch, Lorite, Violet Maribella, Ascendant, and a Manifestation.
That
I think we
Violet
took
and
the
Maribella is gone.
Oh yeah.
In a
yeah.
heartbeat.
Violet Maribella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let me write these down real quick.
That is not a strong hand.
No.
Got your
It really is
Ascendant
not.
gonna play. You've
There's
got
no
some
draw power.
Station,
Or sudden manifestation is some draw, right?
Lorite.
I wonder why he said green.
Maybe just to threaten. He
Threat-
threaten
threaten
if there was a
more.
response
Right.
to the Gruce Ballesta, but we don't have blue coin.
Mhm.
We only have
Oh,
blue-white coin.
Right. So
Nothing before recovery there either. We didn't flash in the Phantasmal Ascendant on our opponent's turn. That feels like a misplay as well.
Make a red. I'll play my Manifestation.
There's manifestation coming in.
Putting in knowledge, drawing card.
Yep.
I'm gonna float a red.
Yep.
And crack it to Bruce.
Cracks the Temp Stone, gets another Moonshade. So at this point in time,
I only have Energizer. That is correct.
Tap for another red. Play Violet Maribella.
top decks the
Whoa.
other
Yeah.
Violet Maribel. That'll do it.
Yeah.
5,
Take it.
33 or
Alright.
63,
7-4,
Take it.
59.
Alright.
5,900. So at this point in time, we know that the hand is Witch, Lorite, Phantasmal Ascendant. Like we have full hand knowledge here.
Yes.
Interesting.
We have full hand knowledge. That's a big piece here. Witch can get Pumpkin Witch.
Mhm.
Or not yet. It's one resource off. But then it can get any witch. Because he is playing Quenched Fire and Pointy Hat
Right.
in his board.
Awesome.
So we can grab Pumpkin Witch or Quenched Fire. Do have a green source available here. So there is a world where we can go Rhea, protect it with Lorite. That does coin us out.
We'll scorn again.
Scorn again.
Oof.
Does pay 200 life for
Blue
that. Goes down
card
to
is-
57.
It's still the Ascendant, the Witch, and the Lorite.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think you take the Welser, right?
You mean a Lord?
No, I think you take the Welser.
Oh, I didn't see the Wilson.
Yeah,
Oh,
apparently
okay.
he did have one more card. Oh, he
Okay.
drew one off of
Yeah.
Phantasmal
yes.
Sudden Manifestation. So
Cards
Let's
shining in my
get
face.
Black Witch.
Yep.
decides
Okay.
to not have to deal with Pumpkin Witch,
Okay.
but I can play through
Nasty.
cancels.
Mhm.
Okay, we're still sitting on a good life total, right? So
Thinking.
there's a world where if we have a and
Yeah,
This-
draw card.
if he tries to pump Will into the Violet and we have a Lumia here,
Mm.
it's a hard punish because he could pump the red, and as soon as he does the activate ability, oh no, I think it's a will.
Yeah.
No, it's a well, it's a will ability, so it doesn't use the chase. So
Yeah.
never mind. But then it's locked to red, so then you just you're not concerned about
Cost on
just killing.
Yep.
But then you can hit another stone. I don't know. It's weird. That's a
Yeah.
weird line with the Violet Mariella. She's a card that brings some interesting
combat.
moments.
Send 5.
Take it.
Down to
Take
52,
it.
down
Yeah,
to
we-
48.
I have me at 48 because I.
Oh, 40. I forgot the stone. Correct.
48 to 37. At 3 unique stones.
I'll cast an ascendant.
Sure.
Ascendant's coming in. Getting us a temp stone.
Black silence.
Yep.
I'll float a green and I'll crack it to boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tap knowledge.
Yep.
Caster.
He can cast
Sure.
wings. He's
beginning of
got.
your turn.
Oh, he doesn't. That's true.
Produce green.
Knowledge is currently just green.
And a big show.
You got it.
Big shows are. Oh, if that's a big thing. Big shows being live here is.
Let's leave them on top in that order.
Big show it right here.
And then this will come back to hand. Draw for turn.
Interesting that we didn't Welser that.
Finish turn.
Okay.
We wanted both of those cards for sure. So we have Welser, we have Ray, Fairer Spell, and we have an unknown. Or sorry, we have a Welser,
We will.
a Lorite, and an unknown
Um,
at this point.
Interesting. That one.
Looks like all of our other games are still playing.
Let's custom on Marius.
Yep.
So like green stone.
Custom spells.
Yeah, custom stones.
Oh, no, Steven.
And
one.
we
Steven one?
will-
Yeah.
Yeah. My phone
Okay,
is probably
here we go.
blowing
What do we do here?
up.
Because we're starting to get to the point where pressure is gonna actually be pressure,
Yeah.
right?
In this way.
I mean, we're at 48. Like,
Let's filter with Moonstrike.
the Mary is.
That's true. Welser doesn't do anything other than the 4C for sure.
And then we will
Well, sure.
send-
I mean, please, Wilshire doesn't do anything.
Yeah, Welser doesn't do anything to big because you still have technically cast it. So
Oh no,
it just-
I was thinking more so of like trying to cast the actual
Okay.
Priscia.
Oh.
I would think like actually Welsering the Priscia,
Apologize
and then like
for-
if he had anything in response, just punish it with the Lorite. If it's
down comes the shackles.
There we go.
This feels
Ah, it's late though. This is
Then
late.
We will
I feel like
yeah. It
produce
yeah,
black.
does feel a little late.
yeah. At this point, like I've used
We
up
need
my Bruce.
the thing is we need Lumias right now,
Absolutely.
right?
Good.
That's the big thing.
Do you say pass?
Yep.
Draw after?
Trying to see if there's any instant speed wipes in Bread's deck, Brandon's deck.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting Angels. Pierre's not gonna do anything.
No.
Before cover? Make a red?
Suya,
Mhm.
Ultra Magic
Using
Stone
bottom
Golem.
Bottom of
No.
the button?
Yep.
2 floated red. Proceed to recover.
Sure.
That's it.
We got 2 floating red
Oof.
in the violet that just persists as long as we have that violet.
Yep.
Yeah, we need Lumias.
Yeah.
Is the biggest piece right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Joseph's doing a much better
Turn.
game
I will...
this time. This game keeping his hand filled. Like that's
Absolutely. Even through to discards.
yeah.
Well,
Like that's really impressive actually.
It's going to 34, paying for
Oh,
the
okay.
stone.
34. Oh, you're paying 3. Okay.
Yeah. Bring it in the top.
And he's up. How many stones? 1, 2, 5, 6.
Move to combat?
Sure.
Send 4.
Take it.
Down to 44.
Send 4.
Take it.
Down to 40. We're back to
Yep.
starting life totals
yeah.
at 40 to 34. We know there's a Lorite. We know there's a Welser in the hand. But there's 2 unknowns. But we got 3 open will, so it feels like Brendan's gonna try to maybe push for a Mikage Rhea here.
Mm-hmm.
Sudden manifestation of power?
Oof. Sudden manifestations. Pretty good here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. How many stones do you have right now?
Currently I have 7.
You have 7 stones.
Number 13s are free.
Absolutely.
Chasing sudden manifestation of power.
We can win a cancel war here, and if we do win a cancel war, that's pretty huge, in my opinion.
For Brendan.
For Brendan, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
Rikage in response to the sudden manifestation. I don't hate that. We're trying to bait the
Cast is
Lorite.
fine. Chasing on danger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will lure it.
In response, I will produce green and remove Garyon in my hand from the game to cancel your Lorite.
That's
That's fine.
also
Very well.
interesting. I feel like we would have done that.
Search my deck.
Yep.
For the manifestation.
I would have stopped the manifestation. Yeah. Because we
But
know
I
there's
guess
a...
he really wants this dump then.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But there's
Okay.
like, there will
Oops.
be more opportunities in my mind. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shuffle real quick.
Interesting that we wouldn't just use Gary on the... Because it's like... Does keep another body off board, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Draw of manifestation.
Because now we're going to draw a card.
Yes.
Yeah. I think,
Knowledge.
I mean, in reverse,
Draw
like
number?
if he did Gary the manifestation, he had the Lorite to stop.
But that's
the
why we
Gary.
played the Mikage Rhea, right?
So
So as
then
soon as he
Mikage-
commits to the Lorite for the Rhea, we Gary in the manifestation. Because you can
Right.
target anything on the chase with a cancel.
That's
It
true.
doesn't have to be just the next thing,
Right.
right? So then, like, sure, you stopped my mill, I still get my Rhea, and I stopped your sudden
Okay.
manifestation. You're down to 2
10-5
cards.
Right.
Question: how much floating will do you have up with Violet?
I have 2 red floating.
You have 2 red floating, and you currently have 6 untapped stones.
Correct.
Declare no blockers
Move to damage.
before damage.
Don't do
Okay.
anything before damage.
Pay
Yeah,
2
you
life
wait for the pumps.
There's a Welser.
and cast Wings of Light and Darkness.
Wait, what?
Mm,
So he's down to 38.
So he just gained. He just gained how much life? Oh, 800?
Wings resolves.
Wings resolved.
Oh, wait, wings. Oh, he's using wings. Is it? Oh, wait a
Wings
second.
resolved.
Wow.
You get 38.
I have 38.
How did that resolve through the Welser? That feels like a
Wait a second, yeah, that-
Make 2 black. You
that-
that... floating red to Judgment Grease Ballista.
Because we can Judgment that Groose, sure, but we're going to block it with Rhea.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm
5
lost.
unique stones currently.
So he is Eternal.
So he's getting plus 10, so he's a 17.
I'll swing
Okay.
17 at you.
17 at me.
Block with the Rhea.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's. We're tapped out,
'Cause it's
right?
gain 21 life.
3.
We know one of them's a Welser. And looking at deck lists,
What is Welser
I
say
mean, a
again?
Garion could stop it.
Just name it one moment.
Declare block with Mikage.
Yep, it's fine.
Yeah, so
Gain
gain 4.
So gain
Back up to
4, yep,
42.
yep.
Yeah, no, that feels like absolutely the right play.
Thinking.
Because Toby now has
Before damage,
Welser
I'll just play my spectator with the last floating red.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
I'll
he's-
stay at 38.
Yeah.
down to 38.
Move to end of turn.
Yes,
Delayed trigger on my Magic Sun.
that's fine.
Just the bottom with it.
Okay, 38, 34.
Back to you.
Okay. I
I'm
will
so surprised that
draw
that Wings of
turn.
Darkness resolved. Really surprised. Because we're going to see a Judgment and Almerius here just to, like,
Okay.
get ahead.
Yeah.
Or get back
Cards
in
in hand?
grip.
3 cards in hand.
Yeah, dude. I don't understand it either.
Yeah, this feels, I mean, this feels like a final stance turn, right?
Mhm.
Well, now or never. White,
Yeah.
white.
Yep.
Judgment Almerius.
Mhm.
Trigger Moonstart. Draw a card.
Before that,
Sure.
when does Moonstart trigger? It's when you declare
Moosh-
judgment.
Moonstart triggers when you declare Judgment before Judgment resolves.
I
Is that-
don't think that's correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're
what,
gonna
can you
double check
read, can you read
Yeah.
Moonstart for me?
Whenever you do Judgment of a ruler,
I
draw a
believe,
card.
yeah, I think you have to successfully do Judgment. But let me pause to confirm that.
Sure.
I paused the timer. I believe it's, you have to resolve the Judgment, not declare Judgment.
Okay.
Just want to verify. Yeah, because otherwise, if it was when you like
She would draw
declared
for
when you
herself,
declare judgment, you draw. She'd draw for herself too.
which she does not.
Yeah, she doesn't draw for herself. So it is when you've successfully resolved judgment, then Moonstart triggers.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
so
And
both triggers
then
go on the stack at the same time, right?
Correct.
Moonshot and Almirez?
Correct.
Yes,
He gets
okay.
to choose the
And then-
order. Correct.
Yeah, and I would want to draw first.
Yeah. Okay. With both triggers on stack before
Yes.
Moonshot draw resolves, I'm gonna
Yeah.
attempt to lure Almirez. I'm assuming you're targeting Final Sense.
I apologize. What are you doing?
You're targeting Almirez.
Yes, I am targeting the
The final
finals.
sense. Yes. I'll attempt to lure Almirez with the Moonshot draw on the set.
Okay. Would you show me the cards in your graveyard?
Marius
This
is trying
one of
to.
those is removed.
Okay.
Violet Maria Bella,
Okay.
Set of Manifestation,
Yeah.
one Lorite,
Yeah.
Black Silence,
Yeah.
Witch,
Yep.
Knowledge, another Manifestation,
Yep.
Reincarnation, and then
Okay.
I removed Maria Bella.
Okay.
Violet Maria Bella.
Did he tap that?
In response to your Lorite,
Okay,
pay 2 life,
down to 36.
produce green, remove Garyon.
Ooh, that gets through the Welser.
That is good.
Welser stops the Lorite.
Marius resolves, grab final
Yep.
stance.
Yep. You get
Get
another
another
turn.
turn. Okay.
Did
Sorry,
you draw
first.
from Moonstart? Yeah,
Yeah,
draw
no,
from
no,
Moonstart.
no.
It's,
Oh, this is the card.
yeah, that's the card.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
that
good,
was
good,
already
good,
board.
good grabs, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Was that Moonshade already?
He's down to 36. So
So no, wait, for Joseph, that
I had
Moonshade
you
was that
at
what paid for
34
the
light?
Lorite?
Yes.
And you have 1 blocker, 2 cards in
Just-
hand, or 3 cards in hand?
just to confirm, Joseph, you paid for the Lorite with the Moonshade. Is that what we're just trying?
Bruce gives me Rainbow Tap.
Oh, that's true. You're correct. You're right.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. Got it. Thank you.
They have life totals correct. 36, 34.
Just
Well
make
played
Cards
with
in hand,
well
one
played with the
blocker.
Garian. We know one of them is
Okay.
Welser, right?
Mhm.
So now we can kind of start doing some things, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, even the fact that we're gonna get a second turn gets us into a point of like a better
Pass
spot,
turn,
right?
Go to my
Yep.
ooh.
draw for turn.
Right. There wasn't really much he could do there necessarily, but like we're at a good point of even
Before
having.
recovery,
Toby
pay
got
2
his
life,
game.
Trigger Almarius.
We are pumping our board
fine.
+2/+2, so we're down to 34 life all.
Okay.
We know there's one Welser in hand.
Go to recovery.
Call stone with Moonstart.
Call stone.
Okay.
We have 5 stones.
Yes, this is 5 stones, and that is a black side.
Ooh, an Ultra Magic Stone Golem would be pretty huge right now.
Yeah.
3 cards in hand.
Two cards
Two-
in hand.
2 cards.
Because the Welser doesn't stop it, right? Because then we just
3,
recast it.
4 light.
Yeah. Yeah, he kills
Would wipe
everything
everything off except
but
for the
Gruus
Ballista
Yeah.
because it has Eternal. But even
Mhm.
then, you're like, cool.
Mhm.
Gruus Ballista can't kill my Magic Stone Golem. That would be huge right now.
What? Are we sure? Because he gains 2 off each stone, right? Or each
+2,
different-
+2 for each different name.
For each
So
different
right now
name.
he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's +10. So he's a 17/17.
Gotcha. Okay.
Brandon is calling him Bread. He is playing one Ultra Magic Stone Golem.
That's-
So
Use black.
that isn't the one of Ultra
Yeah.
Magic Stone Golem
Yep.
coming down here to wipe this board.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
not what I anticipated.
Black Witch to search my sideboard.
Cards in hand.
I currently have.
We could be
1,
pushing
2,
for
3,
lethal
4
here.
cards in hand.
Mhm.
Witch of the Fallen Kingdom's going to go get us
I
some
will
more
do-
witches from the sideboard.
Mhm.
Oh, he's not. Yeah, he's playing 2 more Witch of the
Black
Fallen
Witch.
Kingdoms.
Mhm.
Yep. And these are all
Black
+2/+2.
Witch?
Does he?
Pumpkin Witch.
Okay.
Okay.
We have a Swifty turn. All of these are 600 damage.
Hmm.
And these are now on board. So Welser doesn't help at all here. So
I
18.
will produce white
All right. 2 triggers.
to trigger Almarius.
So now everything's getting +4.
Mm.
Okay. So each of these is this 2400 plus Almarius. I mean, that is lethal damage. And the only thing on. And they all have flying and
You
swiftness.
have 1 blocker,
I have 1 blocker.
but it does not fly.
It does not fly now.
And all of his guys have
Combat.
flying.
Mhm.
7
7 in the air.
You got it.
down to 27.
27. Sorry.
27.
Yeah, Pumpkin Witch coming in.
8 in the air.
Yep. 19.
8 in the air.
Yep. 11.
8 in the air.
I'm at 3.
Down to 3.
10 in the air.
Yep. Again, you got it.
Okay.
Good games.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Go ahead and have Brendan go ahead and report, and we'll move on to top 4. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's the big difference between the 2 mindless Crucible lists that we saw, right? Is
Right.
that the first one was like this burn combo
This is
really
combo,
thing.
yeah.
This one was just using that concept of the ramp to just ramp, just ramp ahead.
Ramp and get,
right?
get
So it was
stones
kind of
and-
like trying to like say, oh, I can't play Lycaons and Melfies. I'll do this to have permanent stones instead.
Exactly.
Which
I don't hate it at
I
all.
don't hate
Yeah,
it for
yeah.
sure. I think this is a point of like, because you're not applying that super early game pressure, the life gain or the amount of life that Almerius had
Right. It was
um,
really what
was-
went on in.
was
yeah.
the big part here.
Mhm.
Let's see. Derek 120.
Toby got his game. And then we just
We are going to be jumping into top 4. Everybody's done.
Yeah, everybody should be done, yeah.
Everybody's done right now. So we're moving fast.
Yeah, as we said.
We're going to have Derek versus Toby next round.
All right.
Because we want to give we try to give at least between top 8 and top 4 a little bit of a break.
Right.
So we're going to have Toby versus Derek next round. So it'll be the Odin. So our top 4 right now is Puff the Magic Dragon, Draco Witch combo, Mylist Moodstart, Isis combo,
Right.
Odin anti-meta, which
Mhm.
beat Kaguya, and then
What we just saw.
we just saw the Almerius Moodstart thing. My brain.
You're
My
good,
brain.
It's fine. Just help me out.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. So combo decks are the name of the game because people weren't playing enough anti-combo stuff.
Right. I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
Well,
but
you
not-
know, let's
but
talk
like
about
we
some
said-
cards.
yeah.
Let's talk about some cards that we think are going to be
Yeah,
so
yeah.
intimidate.
Let's
you know.
let's give people some cards. yeah.
Intimidation, really good.
Keys call,
Keys'
personal favorite.
call. Keys' call, very good.
We were just talking about what were we just talking about?
Game 2 comes down to me having a Whispers instead of one of those two. Game 2 came down to you having a Whispers instead of one of those two. Oh, okay, Russ, since you almost were able to get a game.
Yikes.
Let's talk about good old Amaterasu's.
I was gonna say Amaterasu
Amaterasu's Foresight.
Yep.
You know, this is a good card for that
Yep.
kind of thing
Yep.
to be able to stall out. And good old, Academy Guard.
Mhm,
Academy Guard is a great card. Put over here.
Right.
Necronomicon
Necro
barrier
barrier, yep,
also just
yep.
I mean, that's not as huge necessarily.
I don't know, 'cause that shuts off the whole turn, right?
It doesn't shut off the problem is it doesn't shut off the my list. That's the thing about Derek's deck from we can see
Okay.
is that it just draws its whole deck
Mhm.
off of Isis, who doesn't need an
yes,
enter
yeah,
effect, and then just flips my list and kills you.
Right. Okay.
So Necronomicon barrier won't really do much against that, but against
Right.
Steven's deck,
I was
yeah,
gonna say right.
these Pumpkin Witch decks, you're just like, nah.
Yeah.
You got it.
So yeah, that's more so what I'm thinking of, like the Pumpkin Witch deck. I mean, anything that's basically, that we've seen plays Pumpkin Witch is like, all right, we're just gonna
Necronomicon barrier.
Yeah.
Or just playing Abdul
Right.
and be like,
right have a good turn. But yeah, no, I mean the outlier, yes, and Derek's deck being the ruler doing the damage.
yeah,
That's
that's having that backup to be
Yeah.
able to just draw through the deck and just slam face is
Yeah.
certainly
Yeah, that's different.
an out for sure. I do want to say we do have the winner of our giveaway from yesterday. So big thanks to everybody who participated in that and hung out with us yesterday. We had a blast being able to hang out with you all. The winner is Joe Ramirez. So congratulations, Joe. I will email you to get your information so that I can mail you out your entry promo set. Huge thanks to everybody or the company for being able to help us make that happen, and to give something away for those of you who can't participate. But what we should do next time, participate. We had 86 people yesterday. Like, that's awesome. That was a ton of fun.
Yeah. I think that's probably like is that the biggest we've seen for online GP, or?
For the most part, yeah, somewhere between, that's the biggest one we've ever had.
Figured,
so
it's almost an Illinois GP.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, and it's nice to see people coming out for the Wanderer format, like jumping back in, and it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this. The big conversation is like how this giveaway is rigged. Stop, Charlie. I did it in true fashion. I put all the names in. I rolled dice to see how many times I was going to randomize it, and that was the person who wins. So it's not even just
Charlie. I saw it happen, so you know. It is, trust me.
How did Typhon is the literal words not win? You're funny. You're funny. So we're going to have Toby versus Derek here. Get that set up in going into top 4. My list Mood Start combo versus someone's talking to me. So my list Mood Start combo versus Odin. Both decks that can shoot on turn 1 for a bunch of damage. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump over to the table to get stuff up.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's get it.
Charlie, you're not Toby.
You're right. It's true.
I think it'll probably be Derek on my left for my camera. We're just getting stuff set up right now for you guys on our ends. Derek, that's not a Stemma Uber mat. What are you doing? He's just gonna go get it just to mess with me. Yeah, that's fair.
I could, but no, I was playing on my Yu-Gi-Oh mat yesterday.
How dare you?
Playing Yu-Gi-Oh Enforceable.
Oh,
I mean, you know what?
Toby, can we do?
He's not wrong.
Play this nonsense.
Toby, can you change your camera to not have your life overlays, since we're going to be tracking life, and it'll be better for the stream to not have 4 cameras in your spot? And also turn off the stream so that. Yeah.
Right there?
No, is there a way for you to not use your overlay as your camera for just use your webcam for Discord instead of your OBS for Discord?
I guess.
Yeah, and then like I said, please turn off my stream on your side of the table, because we could hear me talking in a delay.
My bad.
All right, good.
You're all good. We're getting stuff set up. You've got your own independent time clock, so like you got time. But
I don't know. This timer on stream is still running down. They only have 13 minutes.
It's because I haven't.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, you guys actually for top 4 just have 13 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Why is Derek playing this nonsense?
Okay, so
Because I want to get it banned.
Derek has
You know what? I
high
don't hate you, Derek,
seed,
for it.
so I'm
I don't hate
assuming
you for
he's
that
gonna
reason alone.
choose first. At that point in time,
Yep, go ahead.
go ahead, Derek.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna choose to go second.
You're gonna choose to go second? Okay, great.
Correct.
So from there, I'm gonna mute myself, and I'm just gonna let Charlie take over from here. So thank you guys. Welcome
Good luck,
to
gentlemen.
top 4.
All right.
Okay, Derek, be gentle.
Talk about
Calmly
ISIS.
Shuffle and resolve.
Let's talk about
your
ISIS Heat of the
issues.
Sand.
Yeah.
All right, how many?
Half is fine. Close to half. Do you have a preference of
see.
number?
I say top 10 and top 5 your stone.
Sounds good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Odin versus Mylist Mood Starts. Derek doing the good work of trying to isolate the problems in Wanderer before the full transition to it in August.
Yep. You know, so my biggest issue with ISIS, when I saw the card being revealed, and I was like, oh, cool, for 2-drop, and then like, oh, wait a second. You know, you keep reading the card, and it's like,
I would have, if anything, I
Hmm.
would have just wanted to swap the stuff before energy,
Yeah,
the stuff
and it'd be
before and the stuff
revolution.
after.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest part was like, and for quick cast,
Yeah.
come on, like, it's like this is ridiculous. We're getting crazy here. But yeah, I think if they had basically put
I'll do one.
the produce maybe on the revolution, it wouldn't be so bad maybe.
Right when you are.
But that's me.
Oh, no.
Oh no, you're going first. Yeah, do your thing.
Jeremy, you are ready whenever.
Yeah, it started. You guys are good. Go.
Alright.
You guys may begin.
Yeah. Like,
Good to go.
Yes, sir. Oh, you have the coin, right?
Yeah, yep.
Stone.
okay.
All right. Oof.
Be a bad first
Black
turn.
white
Let's watch Derek do things.
shenanigans. Yep.
You will main phase trigger, produce a red.
Yep.
I will cast This Means War.
This
Draw
means
2
war.
cards.
Drawing
Yep.
some
Target you.
cards.
Oh, you get to do it for free, or what does that
Yep,
do?
yeah. So it's a 3 mana, draw 2, instant speed. If it's the first card I play this game, I can play it for free. And then it's draw 2, and then I can.
I
deal X
think,
damage to
Robert, I
target
think the
player,
point for
where X
ISIS is
2 times
in the
number
New
of tails I
Frontiers
reveal.
format, with how it was being done,
So
we
I can just
did.
draw 2 cards.
Um,
Two,
like
and
the
then
ISIS
I'll
was a
choose
lot
to reveal
more
none.
like a
Um,
lot less safe, but then in
Right.
this environment,
Yeah. This is
use
this is the
ISIS is
environment
a
I was
lot
thinking about.
safer.
red
Yeah, this
for
was the
red, white,
environment I was
red.
thinking about when I saw that card review. I was
Resolution.
like, I think that might be too much.
Red wine and bread coming down
Eben Home.
Okay.
I will pay the 3.
down
will pay
to
the 3.
37.
Exile top card of your deck. Yes.
It's a Lorite. That's kind of glad to get
Yikes.
rid of that now. You don't really need that.
Resolution
Like
trigger,
Toby doesn't need that right now.
7. Pretty good. Let's see here.
Smashing down an ISIS.
I will energize the ISIS.
Yep, I figured.
We haven't called
I
stone
will
yet,
Call stone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Resonance triggers.
so now we're gonna have more will.
Produce some mana.
Not her not having an enter effect is the thing that is honestly in this environment out like doing the craziest part.
Mm.
Use the floating red for Dance of Chaos.
That gets you 3 stones.
Gets me 3 stones.
Yep.
Dance of Chaos.
Yikes.
I mean, I didn't hit.
So he
critical,
does
though.
not have the Odin.
Well, we could. I mean, if you had a
3
spot removal,
triggers,
Yeah.
go to
but
5,
I mean,
3.
black white. If he had had a Lumia there, that actually would have been gross. But
Oh,
there's
cool,
also a
yeah.
green stone up to be able to protect it potentially. But Derek's also not playing a ton of protection in the main deck, so like
Red, go to 2 for another red, wine, and bread.
Yep.
Stone.
we're gonna watch Derek do
Resonance
mean things with
triggers,
ISIS.
Yeah, we're playing.
3.
Watch Yu-Gi-Oh for like I don't know how long this combo's going.
It is unfortunate, but it is also at the same time like
I will.
no
banish
good to
the stone and
know
draw a card.
what
Draw
what
a
is going to be needing to be hit in the ban list in May.
Mm.
So
Mm. Here. Change this to 6.
in looking at Derek's deck, if he had so
draw a
like
card. Yep. I will pay 2.
second
for another
ISIS, yeah, now we're gonna start going kind of off.
Oh yeah.
Pay 1 for another Dance of Chaos.
That's 6 will.
And
Pay
then
1.
we have swiftness, right?
These ones do not know. Yeah, I'll let you know which ones have swiftness. 1, 2, 3. I've been home to RFE the top card again.
Ooh, an artillerist.
6,
Yikes.
7, 8, 9. So it goes
See, the weirdness here is
4,
that like because he's already tapped the Mood Star, or because he's tapped the Milas, an Intimidate would feel great here,
Absolutely.
right? Because we're probably not getting Milas swinged,
Mhm.
so like we just kind of let him do
Draw.
his stuff. But we do have to watch out for Garion.
So basically, just
Yeah.
get to call a stone and die. Cool.
Banish to draw. Banish to.
Pleased,
Draw.
welcome. Thank you so much for joining the channel as a member. We're glad to have you
Appreciate
here. Yeah.
I will use
Welcome,
3
friend.
will
I'm sorry about your top, babe.
to, This means war to draw 2. To draw.
Well, it's not free anymore, right? Correct.
Yeah, I paid 3. I have 6 mana
Oh.
floating. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yep.
gotcha. All right.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I will.
Yeah, Derek chose to go second.
down
Yep,
to
because he is
2
on coin,
for
because
sudden
he's highest seed.
You will go to stone. Go to 5, 10, 3, 4 mana.
If I can go for a bathroom break.
Yeah,
Actually, like this.
yeah. We do have to kind of just watch that, unfortunately.
Draw.
This is dumb.
Yeah, draw.
Yep.
And
This is stupid.
we'll activate Mood Start.
Yeah.
We'll draw.
You have like 20 cards in your hand.
Yep. And put 1 to the bottom.
Academy
So-
Guard.
We'll draw.
Like Academy Guard would have been
2, go
great,
down to
Oh,
3
absolutely.
For a sudden manifestation.
but we didn't have that.
We'll draw. Stone. Triggers. Go to 5. Go to 6. Go to 11.
That's just why we need more board wipes in the game.
Do color red.
Fair enough.
Draw. Go to 5. Manifestation.
Just draws through his whole deck.
Stone,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. Sorry to put this on, but Derek was bringing this in to try to get cards banned out of the Wanderer environment.
If anything,
Yeah. He
it's
didn't win
for-
ISM. He didn't win the die roll. Robert Green. He didn't win the die roll. He gets to choose because he's the higher
Higher
seed.
seed. Yep.
Go down 1.
So for anything, this is like
Reminds me of when my D&D players are rolling dice to determine damage, but I already marked the monster as dead on the screen. That's fair.
This is video proof of why we need to start.
Let's go down to 30. He's down to 3,400 life for Derek
Okay,
because he hit a reincarnation.
got it.
Academy Guard is here on
Brings
screen.
back memories of goddamn altar.
Yeah, basically.
Yo,
Do the
oof.
phantasmal.
Alter format.
Stone. Go to 3.
Shadow X
4.
format.
Echoes of the New World 0 was 1 cost,
3,
so you could only draw 1 card per turn.
color red.
That would be an out to this deck for sure.
Yeah.
It's in here somewhere.
Maybe we start seeing that in the Wanderer, in the Belial decks. They're just like,
Down.
Yeah.
5. This is a 3, 4, 15.
nah, Toby's just like sitting here waiting on the fog that he doesn't play in his main deck.
Go to red.
Unfortunately.
Draw 2. So draw off of Isis and then draw off of this.
Mistletoe isn't
And then we will produce a blue for Cthulhu's, pay a red. I will plan a Yogg.
and then it ends with
What does
Yogg-Sothoth.
that do again?
On enter, he gives himself 1,000, and then innately all Cthulhu's I have gain swiftness.
Yep. If he was awakened, he'd give all the other
Yeah.
ones. But oh yeah, we're not.
Yep.
Goddamn. Yeah, that's
If he had a
Alright.
kill for Yogg-Sothoth there,
stupid.
Mhm.
That's just stupid. This is why am I playing? This is useless.
okay, I'm gonna mute Toby for a minute.
Okay.
Reset life totals.
Yeah, gotcha. So, I mean, you all see. This is basically
This is the thing that
Video
we
proof,
wanted. Like
yeah.
this is Derek came into this event with this stuff
Exactly.
saying, let's try to get something banned.
Yeah.
And this is the thing to do it. Which I mean, we'll talk about this, right? We've talked about in the Wanderer environment with it being so fresh and having not been looked at for
Mhm.
such a long time. First release of it is unfortunately going to have some stuff like this. But then you need to hit it fast, but also like so playing it in an event like this is the event to do it so that it's on people's radar to be able to try to play against it, but also give credit to let's show you that this is something we need to hit, right?
Exactly.
Wanderer is still very young. The company has still ISIS was made with New Frontiers in mind. Probably pretty sure. So this is the
absolutely.
Wild West, but we need to learn a little bit more about it so that we can continue to shape the meta into a better way. Do I
Right.
think,
So going forward, this is
So it brings up the conversation of like after one event, do you need to
Pilot.
ban something necessarily, or it's do you put stuff on a watch
Literally the whole
list
point of me
to
playing
see
this
if
deck.
one set?
Put this deck on the map so it gets banned.
Yeah, like Derek is saying, he wants to put my list on the map to get it banned. So it's like, do we ban my list after one event because the next ban list
I
is
see
next
you
month,
face my other creation.
or do you put it on a watch list to hit it in August, which is the big debate,
Right.
right? So we'll have to see exactly what like Typhon is going to do to it or things like that. It's certainly something to look at. But going into the Wild West
Kind of official,
environment,
you can cancel it.
like
assuming
going
I
into
don't
the
have
Wild West meta,
right, have an open card pool.
this is
like
the
we have.
time to play this deck, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the question becomes, the argument for do we ban something next month after it's done well in one event when we haven't had any other events is, yeah, but is it going to do so effective when it's as known and with a new set of cards to mess with it? Or do you just say, no, it's just straight up not a good, healthy thing for the environment, ban it as soon as possible, right? So that's the point. I know that there are some people in the community who are very much like, let's ban it in May. I personally think I wouldn't be upset if my list gets banned in May.
Have made ISIS better by
But,
making all of that into Revolution. But
Yeah,
it
I
does
mean, as we
not
were
feel
both
like
saying,
that
it's
every
like
deck
it's
deserves
almost
it.
too soon.
Yeah,
Like,
because
it's-
if the ban list was 2 months away and we had another event between now and the
Right.
ban list,
Then
then I'd be like, cool, it's probably going to get banned at
Right.
that next. But
It's
like we don't
warranted
have
then.
any events between now and the new ban list,
Exactly.
right? So it's like,
ISIS is fine for me. What would you like to do?
so that's the question of
Sure.
of where it's going to go, whether it gets hit in May or August.
Right.
That's the big question.
Right.
Which I will say, though, I have confidence that if it does truly need to get hit in August, it will,
Right.
right? I do feel like the company's ban decisions lately have been well-defined and well-focused, and with the shift to Wanderer happening full-time, their commitment to maintaining a ban list, and it seems their intention of making a healthy format through the ban list feels significantly more present than in previous clusters, or even in New Frontiers, or even when they were doing a little bit of Wanderer. Like even before Wanderer,
Right.
it's just like go to. I think things would happen if we needed it.
Right.
I'm gonna
1, 2, 3, 4.
We'll see how I get no turn.
All right.
All these
Big name
6
pick.
Sage rulers causing problems.
This means war.
This means war to start it off.
All right, here we go already.
Draw. Draw.
Toby does have access to green energize,
Black. White.
which is kind of huge.
Yeah, green, white, black. So yes, 3 disruption colors.
Well, it's also spot removal potentially.
Yeah, that was in like all
Rule
in
call stone.
basically all those colors you have.
Especially now that we've done a call stone. Like, is Toby playing Lumias? Because that, surprisingly enough, is actually a good Pernus here. He is playing Lumia.
Okay.
So, like, in response to an Isis, now that he's called stone, before casting another spell, you could just Lumia and kill them,
Absolutely. Yeah.
right? Like, Lumia and kill it so it doesn't produce, right?
Right.
It's a matter of if it's protected or not. The other question is, does Derek... Because if Derek doesn't make use of this one red... Yeah, there we go. Flames is just going to produce him a spell.
This card. We did talk
Seal
about this card.
Flames of Nyarlathotep. So it's a 1-drop 2/2 that we can banish to produce 1 red. It essentially just means I can't use my 1 floating red. I can just...
Yeah, banish produce. It's seal 5, yes. Otherwise, banish produce 1 normally. Seal 5, banish produce 3. Okay. I'll pass to you.
Yeah, it's to say, like, I can't go off this turn, so I'm going to save my list will through to the next turn.
Exactly.
Ryan, unmute Toby. I did, Ryan. Mistletoe. So this is pretty good.
Trigger
Yeah.
on the stack. I will Gradius.
But we have Gradius
Yikes.
to turn her off.
Okay.
In response, I will activate ability of Mistletoe. Ooh, this keeps her alive though.
Yes. And a 10 drop?
You discarded Golem.
Was that? No, it's 9. Never mind, it's 9.
That is fine.
That keeps her alive. That's actually huge
That is
here.
pretty big.
That's really big. Well played.
Yeah, very much so.
Because now we're gonna get. Because now Isis can't banish to produce stones.
Nope.
Now Mistletoe is bigger than a Gradius.
Mm-hmm.
She has Drain now.
Mm-hmm.
How many?
Half is fine.
Okay.
Make sure.
Here we go. The fight back begins. But the green source is
The
kind
green
of
sword. I
upsetting.
mean, it's still good. I think
Yeah.
because it gives him access to Gary, gives him access to Laura, gives him access to
Yeah.
Fairer Spell. He also can't use that. The other thing is the Flame Slipping Orlithotep can't be banished now because of the Misty.
Yeah.
You will
So it's just really just sitting there. Yeah.
Toby, how many cards do you have in your hand?
I have 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Yeah, Misty putting in work there.
Yeah.
This is really gonna be a disruption because
And
like
I'm-
now he can't take damage, right?
Yeah, because I mean, we've seen that he doesn't actually have a lot of removal, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think that Misty is sticking
yeah.
for this game.
Oh wait, now
I
that the
think.
Gradius is here, right?
Yeah.
Is like now that we're bigger than the Gradius, like,
Yeah.
that's a big thing. Is that like Isis is now not a great card
Right. I mean, unless we find other gradients, at least we could turn off the Misty.
for a turn,
Right, for a
yeah,
turn,
For
but
a
I mean-
turn,
But I mean, if we're able to do that, we can still pop off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So it's really
it's certainly yeah. And there's no follow up really from Derek there.
right.
And now we're gonna start getting to gain life back. Is
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing that's gonna be
yeah,
not
that's
necessarily
the
huge
part.
because like we're probably killing you regardless anyway. But like Misty's gonna swing in for a lot of
Oh,
damage.
absolutely.
She's currently got 11. She's a 9 counters, 13, 14. So
Yeah,
it's like
she-
14 gain drain, and then she recovers.
Yep.
Mhm.
With Pierce.
Yeah.
The swing for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 14.
Yeah. 14 damage coming
No
in.
blocks.
No
No
blocks.
blocks. All right. All right.
Trigger 14.
Mhm.
You take 14.
26 to 40,
Yeah.
54.
End phase trigger recover.
Okay.
So, actually, no start.
I wish we had
Yeah.
discarded in response to no damage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
To try to pump up the Misty
Get
even a
more.
little bit and make
Mhm.
it so next turn is potentially lethal.
Yeah. Just put him on the clock. Yeah.
Like put him on a 2-turn clock
Yeah.
with the Misty.
I will pay 2. I'll flash in Isis.
Fairer Spell would be big here.
I think he might have a response.
Fairer Spell would be pretty huge.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like the Isis is just going to produce extra will, which is
Good.
no, it's going to.
Isis is
Oh,
good.
but we can also. Odin enters the Game of Gods is huge too. We can just kill the Isis. Goes down to 52.
Odin enters,
Yep,
targeting
and there we go.
Isis with faith, and I will look at the top 3 of my deck.
So we kill the Isis because we've got a 3-drop.
Mhm.
Misty Engrave, Odin in hand.
This is destroyed.
Okay.
Continue recover.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We got some game here.
Okay.
That misplay of the Gradius, ironically enough, gave Toby the avenue, right?
Yeah.
Like committing to the Gradius before getting the pumps.
Mhm.
Ryan, what's your wanting to do it? Yeah, this is not. I mean, I'm looking at the deck here. There's not a lot
Yeah. No, I don't see.
that can kill it. His only removal is 2 Gradius.
So activate my start.
Yes.
It's probably what he's filtering for.
Yeah,
Or at least
and he only-
I think
and he
he's
only
just,
has 2.
just trying to turn it off. Like,
Well, he only has one more. That's the thing. Is he literally only has one more
Okay, so he okay.
because we've
gotcha.
already used one.
Gotcha.
So there's
gotcha.
only one more Gradius left, which means that like if he can't find it, then
Mhm.
like Isis is dead. Your deck is. We've talked about this before. The deck doesn't actually, other than sudden manifestation and this
Mhm.
means war,
Mhm.
Isis is the deck's draw power. Outside of that,
Right.
it doesn't really have much.
Right.
So the fact that suddenly our biggest draw engine piece is just like dead,
Mhm.
sitting on this Misty is kind of huge for Toby.
Mhm.
Imagine if Toby was also playing like. Imagine if Toby also had like
We'll custom
intimidates and stuff like this.
We'll custom.
We do get to produce one red with Isis.
Mhm.
He's gonna hurt
pay
himself.
the-
He's gonna pay himself.
Resonance.
Down to 2,300. Can't activate the Isis.
Nope.
What do we do here? Through a Mistletoe. Can't produce Will off of Flames. If we swing but haven't turned off the Misty, he gains more life.
Mhm.
Haven't hit any red wine and breads. Interesting. And no green in Derek's
No.
side. That's another big thing, is there's no green here to
We'll
protect.
use the floating red for Dance of Chaos.
You can do this, though. That hit J rulers? It does. That's unfortunate. I don't think he realized what he could do. But also Derek missed it. Okay.
I'll use 2 of them.
Wait, no, but that's the
for
force
Mary Bell.
resonance, right?
Oh, sorry. No, yeah,
Yeah.
he's not playing Gnarly. Whew,
Yeah.
okay.
That's a yeah.
Yeah, I can store mana, and then
We can't store mana because Misty.
pay a red to give +2, and I
Can't
can
do
pay a red
that.
to recover only during
Can't do
turn.
that.
There's Swiftness, Flying, Eternal.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did he just play? Oh, he played the Mary, right?
Yeah, he played
Violet
Mary
Bella.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay. Okay.
But the problem is he can't do anything with
No.
it.
And then your opponent is just draining, and then
Goes down to 50.
all right.
I will activate to produce 3 red.
You cannot.
It's a will ability.
It's a will ability.
Oh,
Oh, right.
that's true. It's non-will abilities. Yeah, that's fair.
So we'll go up to 4.
4.
Well, 4.
Dang, it is a will activated.
So he's got will, but what is he going to do with it?
Mm,
He can convert it into Violet and Maribella, because that's
could.
also a will ability.
Yeah.
Use Mariabella to turn this 4 into a non. Yeah.
Okay.
Move to end of turn. Trigger to go away.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Drop it then. Covered?
so the only
Yep.
thing is,
For now.
Hmm?
Oof. That's a white Alderoctius Memoria, but he does have 2 5-color stones now.
yes.
So
So the other thing is,
if we have,
Mariabella's a
Mistletoe just doesn't take any damage.
2 cost 5/7.
but she has Eternal.
okay, that's pretty good.
But we still have Pierce.
But she's still, yeah, we still have Pierce, but he also has Eternal.
Pay a white.
Yeah.
Artillerist.
Oh.
Sure.
Or
This
we just
is
do
also-
this.
Effect.
Yep.
Then roll on the deal you 18. Draw a card.
Yep, I'm dead.
Okay.
She's going to scoop it up and go to game 3.
Yeah.
I think you let me win this one.
No, I Gradius too soon, and that screwed me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Admitting that the Gradius
Okay.
too soon was
Yep.
what rocked him
I saw
out.
the I was anticipating the Mistletoe, and I was like yes, and then you said Odin effect, and I was like yes, and then I was like oh right, activate ability. So, yeah.
I got
I-
it.
I
A little
just
bit of a
realized
misplay,
that.
little bit of a
Yeah,
misplay on the
yeah.
Gradius there for sure. And
For
then
sure.
Alright, you're gonna have a coin and booty clap
I mean,
hand.
just as we're seeing, like,
Yes.
yeah,
At least
this
I won
combo
one, that's
deck,
just
like,
good.
Odin is really
We
getting
take
his time
those.
to shine on display now as well. So it's really like 2 decks that, are being on full display.
yeah,
So,
for sure. I'll always take a go to game 3.
yeah.
Let's
I can't
see.
believe the sheer amount of draws you get off of it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
It's kind of like the same idea Jesse was doing with Nyarla, but you're doing it with Mylist and Moonguard. I'm like, God dang. If Gnarly wouldn't get there, Mylist Moonshine will get you there.
Definitely. I mean, producing
Yeah,
often.
yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
that's just-
It's and we'll admit, I don't think any one of us that are watching this, who are either people like me who are doing content, looking stuff behind the scenes, community management stuff, or players. I don't think any of us are looking at this deck and saying, yeah, this is fine.
Whether they
Right,
will or
right,
not,
right.
I think the question is it May or August, right? Is it necessary to does it necessitate something immediately,
Right.
or does it go on a watch list? I don't think those are the two choices, and it's not one of the choices is not, oh yeah, this is fine.
It's just gonna be 10 and 5.
10 and 5 sounds good.
So we'll have to see.
I will say I've definitely improved much better. I've top dated twice now, and I've gotten further this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Improve.
all you can ask for.
So we'll see how long of a turn Derek does here on his first draw.
Yeah.
How many events between the ban lists? As it stands right now, there is no other event in the
Yeah.
United States until the next ban list comes out in May
Yeah,
with
let's
the
say
release of set
We have
3,
a month for the balance.
Game of Gods Revolution.
Well, less than a month for the balance.
I believe there might be a couple of believe there will be some events internationally, but I'm not entirely sure on that. And then between May and August, there are 0 events, unless,
Really?
at least in the United States. There are certainly plenty of international events. It comes down to whether or not our speculation on having that 6-month gap with nothing is so that, based on how COVID is doing, maybe they try to schedule an in-person or 2. But again, we have no knowledge of that. It's purely speculation. Yeah. I feel like the stuff we wanted on this watch list is going to get passed over. No, I don't think so. I think there are things that you ban in May and put this stuff on a watch list to be then hit in August. I don't think this stuff necessitates not banning the things we want not banning the things that we wanted, being Priscia, Turbulence, and Somaria. Well, we do have a Moonshade, and we're either dead or we're dead, so...
Target you. 2 old side to reveal none.
Yeah, we just have to wait and see.
I will cast a red wine and bread using the floating red.
And that ramps the stone.
Yep.
He hadn't even called for stone yet.
Well, yeah. He just has the floating one.
And he still has energized.
Okay.
Does look like... okay.
Yeah, I'll take the 3.
Okay, we're checking it 3.
Resonance figure.
Down to 37. Well, let's see. If he does go for... So the thing is, he hasn't called stone yet, but if he goes for an Isis, it gets canceled with a fairer spell. Because it does have quick cast, even if you cast it at main timing. So that's an interesting thing.
I will activate my start to draw.
Yes.
How weird would that be if that's...
I will put this on bottom.
Because if we call stone, then Isis needs to resolve a spell to do something.
Absolutely.
And if we don't call stone, we open ourselves up to fairer spell. So weirdly enough, Toby's got a shot to disrupt this line.
I will.
What are we doing here, Derek?
This is not an
Red
Isis.
wine and bread.
Okay.
Just let that happen.
Yeah.
We will get a stone. Go 2. So go to.
There were a lot of Priscias, Rustin,
I will.
in the environment.
Red wine and bread.
God dang, yeah. So 2 stones are going so far.
All 3 of these stones are going. I have not called the stone yet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Who's gonna pay 3? I think
So resonance trigger. I will pay the 3.
down to 34.
4. So let's go to 3. Let's go to 2. Let's go to 1.
Crazy.
Intimidate. Not right now, though. I mean, this
Well,
is
of course not,
this
yeah.
is a very
It's too early. He must not have the ISIS in hand. I'm thinking.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Already 4 mana.
Yeah, I know, right? So triggers.
But now
let's go
now in order for
2,
ISIS to do something,
4,
we
let's
have
go
to
3,
resolve a spell,
2.
which
Yeah.
again opens us up to now Garion.
Mm-hmm.
Leaves us open to. There's a lot of things that this leaves us open to. Because you don't fairer spell at this point in time. You don't fairer spell the ISIS. You punish the
We'll
follow-up.
do Dance of Chaos.
That gives you 3 tapped, correct?
3 taps, correct.
Magic Stone Dance of Chaos.
Let me use the one that's gonna go away at the end of turn if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
All right. So
Magic Stone
1,
Dance of
2,
Chaos.
3. So 4,
Is the hand
Turn 1 starting with 8 will.
6. So this will go to 7. This will go to 6.
Is-
this will
is the hand just a bunch of Umirs?
Mm-hmm.
I'll use the 1. Attempt to play Flames of Nyala.
Ah.
Is that his last? No, he's got more cards in hand, but not many.
Mhm.
I'll pay 2 life.
Go down to 38.
and bury it.
Oh.
Ooh,
Did have the Gary.
Oh.
that's actually
That's-
kind of big.
Yeah.
Because our coin right now is red-blue. So we don't really have a
Hopefully
protection.
it's not a hard punish. Hopefully I kind of stopped you.
Stopping the red is kind of huge there.
Yeah.
Um,
Think that's
Because red-blue
That's
doesn't
the
have. He
turn.
doesn't have an answer to this in red-blue.
no.
In terms of stopping, like the flames is going to get canceled.
yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
The question is, with one red-blue,
Mhm.
is there something we can do?
Mhm.
He leaves him with 3 cards in hand.
Yeah. End of turn triggers. I will draw 1.
1 card,
Mhm.
yes, sir.
Wow. Okay.
Draw for turn.
Okay.
My cheeky self thought of like Spirit Bug.
Just like
Just I'll get something in.
2 life. Order.
what are we ordering?
Mistletoe.
Yep.
Trigger Odin.
Do we have Gradius again? I imagine we have to, right?
Yeah.
But you call stone before you do it so that you have protection for it. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So it's like get this, call stone, then try Mistletoe effect.
Then try, yeah, absolutely.
Red open.
Red, blue. Yep.
And then you want it right down the middle.
Oh, yes, please.
So like don't try to do anything with Misty until you've called stone.
Call stone.
There we go.
Sounds good.
That's it, bro.
No, it's well, I mean it's green, so that's good.
Yeah.
Time to activate.
Sure.
Discard for cost for 12 counters.
Whoa! Okay, we got there.
Wow.
We got a game. I mean, this is a game. This is
Wow.
now very much a game. Although Derek could be trying to go for a go wide strategy here,
Right.
but like very much have a game now.
Mhm.
And draw. Let's see what we got here.
Everything is
Recover.
got drained.
We'll call stone.
Like so. I'm
Yeah,
wondering
that's
really,
that's a big piece here.
yeah.
But also now, again, we're at the same point here,
Mhm.
right? Of like if he plays an ISIS,
Yeah, we'll pay
one,
the
it won't,
three.
one, it won't do anything, and 2, he'd have to commit to a spell to follow up from the ISIS, and that leaves you on. That leaves you open on Garion.
Absolutely.
Or a kill spell in response, because now Odin enters the game. Well, not this turn, because we still have a Magic Stone of Knowledge, but it opens us up to Gary and Lorite. So it'll be very interesting to see. Derek has 5 in
we will
hand.
Activate.
We're digging.
Draw.
We are digging.
Oh baby.
I will bottom.
Yes, sir.
Say he has 5 cards in hand.
I think he does have 5 cards in hand.
Okay. I'm trying to think of like what they could possibly be.
Also a possibility.
Because even if he does has ice, I'm pretty sure he's hesitant to throw it down because
Because
Ferris
again, I'd have to. I don't think Ferris though, but also like
Figure
coin.
31, right?
Yep, 31.
You'd have to. I think it's you're
Oh,
concerned about a
Aaron,
Garian.
Chad, that you're at 31.
Well, not for
I
that.
got you at
Not for. I mean, the
34.
ice is.
Oh, you're at
okay.
31.
He's at 31.
Yeah.
Oh, he just put that one. Okay.
Yeah, he's not 31.
Gradius will override as Shiva enters the Game of God effect, right? Huh? I don't know. I'm not familiar with Shiva enters the Game of God.
Yeah, because it would stop it having eternal.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. I wasn't. I forget what that card did entirely. I don't use it.
Yeah.
Toby, turn.
Toby, can you please minimize, completely turn off our stream? We can't. We know it's muted, but the stream should not be on while you're playing a game.
Oh, well, I'm not looking at his hand.
I understand, but close the window, please.
I did. My
Okay,
bad.
thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
If he commits to the ISIS here, I think you just follow up with whatever he plays afterwards, right? Because if he has to commit to something, but even then, ISIS can't draw anything, right? So it's like, eh. He's paying 2. Violet? Nope. Yeah, so ISIS is good.
ISIS.
But you don't do.
Do the green to cancel it?
Yeah.
I mean, he can't stop that.
Yep.
So that's.
Go ahead.
Draw a turn.
Mhm.
Move the recovery phase.
You're good.
All stone.
We're gonna swing for a lot of damage here.
He put one
There's
back.
potential lethal here.
For
Yeah, he did put one more.
17.
Activate its effect.
Sure.
Discard a 1 cost, draw a card, and get 1 counter.
Sure. How much? So 18?
Yeah, Logan, I know.
At you.
Down to 13. Up to 56. Do we have artillerist into a big thing?
The end phase.
Nope, do
Second
not.
card.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and I gained. Sorry.
Yep. No, I marked it down, so you're fine. I have you at 56.
56 life, by the way. Babatunde. Not
56.
51,
Oh,
because he gained 18.
Or Callstone, excuse me.
Oh, it was 18.
It's 18 damage. Yeah, it was a lot.
Gotcha.
Life doesn't matter at this point. I'll pay the 3.
Down to 15.
And I exiled the golem.
That's good. Sure, we'll activate Mooge.
Yes.
We'll draw.
Yeah, setting the stage was fantastic.
Yeah, setting the stage would be really good here.
Yeah.
The problem is the size of the
Yeah.
Misty, right?
3
Mhm.
open.
He's got
cards in hand?
Toby's sitting on. Now Odin enters the Game of Gods is live. Ferris Spell's live. Garian's live.
Mhm.
I guess this is the point when we really do see like the gas decks just fall short. It's like they don't really have any plays really to like get through established boards, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem that we
That
were
is-
seeing of Derek's deck, right?
Yeah.
Is if he didn't go off and something was able to keep itself safe,
Exactly.
then it didn't really have much else. Like, the problem here, too, is that Misty just doesn't take damage, so, like, even Mylist flipping doesn't help us here,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Mistletoe just says, no activates, I can't take damage, and I'm going to start getting huge. Because the problem here, too, is at this point in time, Gradius only turns off the activated abilities. It's not going to kill Misty.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So then you have to immediately follow it up, right?
Yeah, you have to keep pumping out cards at that point. So
Yeah.
turn it off, but then like, what are you doing? Like, that's all I was saying earlier. You could just turn it off, and then if you had like an ISIS to keep going on, but if he doesn't, there's really no point.
Phantasmal Ascendants. But
Phantasmal Ascendant. Gives you a stone.
Correct.
Phantasmal Ascendant, if he... So, like, Derek can try to go wide here.
Yeah, no reason not to.
It's going to go down to 12.
Over here.
All right.
3.
If Derek goes wide because of the triggers from...
Force resonance triggers off your bread.
Yes, thank you. That's what it was. Something 6.
He can go in for the Yogg-Sothoth line. The problem is that Yogg-Sothoth is small enough that Odin Enters can kill it, and then it'll steal the swiftness too.
Right.
Which is a big thing.
Patrick, calm down.
What is that? We're back down to 2. We're back down to 2 will here, or 3 will for Derek. It's a weird. It's weird when 3 will, but your opponent is a green deck playing also 3 open at this point, right?
Yeah.
But if he doesn't kill Toby this turn, like Toby's just gonna crack in for lethal.
Yeah. There's nothing.
There's also a world where we have Tea Party into Artillerist for lethal here, and now we only need a 6-drop. Yogg-Sothoth only gives swiftness.
I think Yogg has to stay on board in order.
Yogg
to
does not give swiftness. If he has to
yeah.
Yeah, he has to stay on board.
Yeah, it's his continuous.
Yeah, so if you kill Yogg,
it's
all
over.
the stuff goes away.
Dance of Chaos.
Dance of Chaos. That's the 3 tapped in, right?
Yep. Yeah, 3 tapped.
That's good.
Yeah.
Uh, 3, 6, 9 for the 15.
15 plus 2 plus 2s. Everything gets plus 30 plus 30. This turn is very large.
Yeah.
Currently has 3 cards in hand for Derek.
How big is she?
She is a 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. She's an 18, 8.
18.
Yeah, no, the Awakening is what gives Pierce. Yep.
Oops.
Accidental drop of cards.
I can see your cards.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, we're going through all of them. Just lamenting on error that was made. We'll produce a blue for a
Cthulhu.
Just to clarify, Mistletoe should be a 2020
Oh, the addition.
or 2020, I think. Yeah.
No, it should be only 1818. Or Odin only counts. Odin only counts the highest cost of the thing that it's ordered, and Mistletoe's a 1-drop. So 13 counters plus her own stat of 4 plus her own cost of 1, so it's 18.
I thought it was the whole highest.
The order itself only gives the ordered cost. Yep.
That's our
I also thought it was highest entity. That's my bad.
Okay.
Yep.
So we got a blue. We got 2 red. We got another blue. Got an awakened Yogg.
Awakened Yogg-Sothoth. But if we kill it, but they're tapped out.
Produce a white.
I think he's just saying whatever.
Odin enters.
Yep.
We'll use the fake keyword to destroy the Yogg and look at the top 3.
Yep, you got it.
And then at that point in time,
Yes, again.
Derek's
Derek.
that's gonna
Gee.
scoop it up.
All right.
Jeez, there.
Not what not how I expected that match to go. but played that match correctly. Like, yeah, I'm just trying to think.
But we were talking about this. Like this deck is way more vulnerable than we've seen, like Stevens. Like this one's way more prone to disruption, and it just like falls apart. Have you seen the other game?
Yeah.
The other game finished?
Yeah, the other gun is finished.
Okay, cool.
So next up is going to be Toby playing another. But
Yes,
now
yes.
he's higher seed.
Yes, yes.
Because Steven was lower seed, right? So now Toby gets to choose to go second, which I think is very huge for him against Steven's deck.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a little bit of a. Hold on. You guys mind hopping out of the room for a little bit? Thanks, Toby. We'll give you a few minutes and then we'll call you back in. Thanks. No, I definitely think that like that was. How do I like? That was Derek's game to lose.
Absolutely.
I think, and we did see in game 2, Derek even admitted, you heard it on camera,
Yes.
of like
misfiring
on the Gradius was the big
Linchpin
thing,
there. Yeah.
was the big problem. So I'm curious, playing against the Magical Dragons version of the deck, what Toby's gonna do.
I really don't know. Like I'm trying to think of like how Toby can go through, and
I think it comes down. So the thing is that's the other thing. Steven's list has even less protection in the main deck, right?
You said less, but I thought he had more protection.
No. Steven is playing in the main deck. He's playing 3 Fairer spells,
Right.
and that's it.
Huh.
In the main. No Lorites, no Garians. The main deck has 3 Fairer spells. So that, because Toby, I believe, gets to choose,
That
could
save
be
him in the end,
really, really bad for Steven.
Yeah.
Because if he chooses to force Steven to go on the play, which I think is correct, it means you get a green coin. So if Steven at any point in time has to go for... If Steven at any point in time has to go for a Melfi, like a tapped out Melfi, Fairer spell comes in there and you're done.
Yeah.
So...
Fairer spell, Lore, anything to just like stop.
Yeah, that is,
Stop your effect.
and Toby's playing both of those things. The Mistletoe's not going to super help in that matchup, but we're going to see. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. And this, and let me put it this way: people are going to be like, Jeremy, blah, 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 and I hear you. This exact sequence that we just saw out of Toby and Derek is why I say watch list, not ban list in May, right? Because we've just seen, whether it be player stumble or playing tight. I mean, I think Toby played that game 3 very tight. That in a environment where the deck was unknown, someone was able to outplay it. It was tough, but it could happen, right? Now see what it does once it's known, and then ban it. Right?
I guess we're about to kind of see that a little bit now.
Right?
Now Toby's been exposed to it. Now
he
like,
adjusted his
alright,
play lines a little bit, didn't go for the artillerist, went for kind of a more grind game. Like, so that's the thing to me is, like, do I think that such a deck should exist? Probably not.
No.
Do I think that with no other events between now and May, with this being the only event for data of it, we need to e-ban it now? No.
Right.
It's that's the thing to me. And you might this is the beauty of this community. We're allowed to have different opinions, right?
Yep.
I'm not opposed to banning it. But
all voices are heard, so
yeah, exactly.
Like, you know.
I got so many messages last night from so many players being like, "This is what we have to do now." So it's just like, okay. And then so put it on a watch list, see what it does once it's well known and has another set of stuff to try to mess with it, then ban it. Right? I think it sets it, and I'll say this. It sets the emotional reaction to seeing a deck like this do well is kill it with fire, right? The logical precedent argument to me is put it on a watch list, see what happens when the context of the deck changes, then ban it.
Right.
I think it sets a worse precedent. I think it sets a worse precedent to say, oh, this deck won, we have to ban it after one event, than to say, this deck might be a thing, let's watch it, see what happens now that it's known, then ban it.
I mean, that's a smart way to do things.
It's a smarter approach.
You can't be
right?
like a super reactionary, like, oh, this deck is doing this, all right, just ban it.
Because that's not healthy for card games, right?
At all.
That's just not a good, because then, it's like we're, whiplashing metas because things change, something wins and then it's never good again, or you know what I mean, like that.
That's not even just good for community. Like,
right.
At a certain point, people are like, oh, well, if you're just going to ban what I play, then
why would I play it?
Why would I play?
Yeah,
like,
right. So and again, I feel it. I had so many people messaging me. From my perspective as someone who tries to see things from every perspective of the card game environment, that's the position I have to take, is like, I hear you. Totally valid.
Right.
Worth watching. But you got to think about more than just that.
Absolutely.
So I think we're going to go ahead and if Toby and Steven are ready, we're good.
All right.
I think we're going to jump into finals. I think in an hour and a half. Not that they're going to need it.
Yeah. It's going to be some fast games.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like we just started.
Yeah, it is. It does feel like we kind of just started.
All
okay,
right.
I'm going to go over to the cam view to get everybody set up.
Games are fast.
Hi, Steven.
Welcome back, Steven.
Welcome back.
Yeah, back
You know,
at it again.
Not too proud that you clapped my boy Christian, but we're still friends.
Yeah, that was,
Nah, it's all good. I already figured you was not prepared for that.
Steven, I just want to let you know you have 7 minutes and 50 seconds left on the round. Sorry, I still have the running. I still. I didn't.
You think I can do it? I can do it.
There's even less time than Derek had.
Right.
Yeah. Derek had 12 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Puff the Magic Dragon. Draco Witch. Sorry. Draco Witch. Versus Odin in the finals.
Yeah.
Just waiting on Toby.
Draco Witch sounds like Super Edgelord.
Could be.
We are excited to see how many magical dragons you resolve on turn 1. Steven, you are lower seed than Toby, correct?
I am, yes.
You are sixth seed and he was 5th? Great.
Sure.
Well, he played
Yeah,
against
fifth, yeah.
Jordan, who was
Jordan,
4th. So, yeah.
Tragic.
He just messaged me and said he's potentially wanting to split with Steven.
Oh,
So I
Hold
told him
on.
to message you, Steven, because
Hold
that's
on.
not something I can decide.
Yeah, I'm going to go on a short break because You thought we were playing finals. Psych! We're putting the third place match. So
It was
let's
me,
go
Dio.
do that. It was me, Dio, the whole time. So just so the stream is aware, on the left we have Brendan Hill at 6800 life on Amarius Moonstart. On the right we have Derek Mukuneza, MyList Moonstart. They had started playing when we jumped in. We're still in game 1. These are the life totals on the screen, and we're about to
58 hours. I'm just kidding.
and we're about to resolve resonance triggers for Derek. So with that, we're gonna jump in here to game 1.
Yep, let's get it.
Okay, guys, 58 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock. Continue resolving your resonance trigger. Thanks for letting us jump in.
No problem. Here's Nisus.
Yeah, that checks out.
We're calling a stone.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing
and
is,
another
though, is
30.
that in this game,
okay, I took 6 total. So
my
I can
list
now
is,
add 34.
You're at 34.
Brendan's tapped out.
Yeah.
So I think we're just gonna watch Derek kill him.
Yeah.
3 and
Yeah.
Roll some manifestation.
So I will say the only thing that I will say Derek has about this deck too is that you pump out way more damage than
Yep.
the dragon deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's-
especially for
that's-
sure.
That's something I did notice.
Draw 2.
Sure.
Nothing bad happened in the finals. Just as nothing malicious.
Yeah.
Will
Just
manifest.
it worked out
Draw.
that there was no game to watch.
Yeah.
I guess I'll say that.
Yeah.
It worked out that there was no
That's-
game to watch, so we wanted to at least give you guys something to watch here for game 3.
Mhm.
Although,
If you could loop yourself to death with all these stones, I'd be very good.
I
You
will
know, I haven't
say,
tried.
we're
We'll
just
do
probably going to be
that.
pretty quick,
Draw
but
card.
again, we can at least give you something for the playing for third place.
Draw.
Oh,
Give
my
Derek
God.
is down to 31
I
life.
got it.
We will play a second Isis.
That's a thing that you can do.
We will Magic Stone Dance of Chaos.
That's pretty good.
1, 2, 3. I'll go up to 8, and we will produce 6 mana.
Yep.
I'll pay 3 of that mana for a This Means War. I'll target you.
Yeah, you can draw 2 cards.
We'll draw 2 cards. We'll reveal 0 Fairy Tales. I will pay 1
Mhm.
for
We're just watching
Phantasmal.
Derek do phantasmal stuff.
get a
Mhm.
stone. I will pay the 3 and
Goes down
exile
to-
the top card of your deck.
Goes down to 28.
Sure thing. You're gonna hit a flash of smile.
Sounds good.
Yikes.
Goes to 9. I will go to
That would have been
4
useful.
mana. I'll go down
We don't
to
get to see magical
4 mana.
dragons. We did get to see it yesterday, though, so at least there's
Yeah,
that,
it's
right?
it's
Another
yeah,
one.
it's
We've
a touch
seen the
straight.
deck
yeah.
at this point.
Stone. I'll pay another 3.
Mm-hmm.
Goes down to
go
25.
to 5 mana.
25
exile top
life.
card of your library. Go to 10.
Fair spell.
We will do.
Oh, crap. Not what I meant to do.
What is happening?
Hold on.
So, board is going to
Clicked the wrong thing on the other computer. Sorry, guys.
This is 20, 24, 40.
Yeah, how many triggers do you got here on the wine and bread?
I have 10 triggers.
Okay, yeah.
Brandon is
So
just
we will
sipping his drink.
do-
Yeah,
Ready
at this point, it's like, yeah.
getting a coffee.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Blue for Cthulhu. 2 red.
Yep.
And I will awaken the Yogg
Yeah, that's
to give
game.
my board plus
And
10 to give all
game.
Cthulhu swings.
Okay, now we're moving into game 2. Good old
Not
Yogg
even
Sith off.
necessary.
Easy clap.
Was this enough? Because this is 20. This would be 24.
I assume that you're sitting on other resonance triggers in your hand. I know you could.
Yeah. This
but
was just the
Fast
so yeah,
play.
we'll swing for 34 with Pierce.
I'll trigger Mooster to see what
Sounds
I got.
good. Yeah.
It's a first spell. It's nothing.
All
Yep.
right.
Going to game 2.
Do you have any cancels in hand for the Lumia?
For the Lumia,
Yeah.
I do.
Damn.
Rustin's going to make a skit for Derek's deck.
Mm.
Let's go to game 2. 7,000 to 4,000. That is an
Oof.
interesting point here against for the Lumia with having the extra life. Like if Derek
You guys have 3 minutes to sideboard.
overcommits or doesn't commit enough and then goes for the Yogg and doesn't do enough damage, you just
Mhm.
gain it all back and
Yeah.
then still survive.
Yeah. But even if he did, because I'm looking at that because if he's hitting for 34,
Oh yeah. I mean, at where he was at 68. he
yeah,
swings
there's
for lethal, right?
you're just dying like this.
You reset our life back.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would like to go.
I think you go second. I don't think you ever let Derek have the coin here.
Yeah, you don't let him have the coin at all.
The problem is though, is your Energize is blue-white, which feels real rough.
Yeah. I mean, Nike, the Lumia, you know, just Nike actually play the Lumia. Well,
Yeah,
you know,
you can play the Lumia,
but you're not
for
disrupting
sure.
anything per se.
Derek does not have Rogue Spectator.
Oh yeah, just in case. Yeah, well, hey. Just means he had
Let's see. Let me
other
look at
cards in
Brendan.
his
Let me look at
side-
Derek's list,
in his side deck.
specifically the side deck. There is no, there is no Spectator.
Madman. He is a madman. Well, I have a feeling that Ferris is going up in price. Not to be that guy, but I need to feed my dog somewhere.
Paris Bill. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes kind of sad. I'm like, damn, I should have bought more. I have enough.
I think I have
mean,
4.
Yeah.
I think I have 4 full art Japanese ones.
Oh, this man. Money
Matt,
bags.
no, actually, no. I have the world stamp
You
set
guys
too.
look like
So I
you're
have
doing
2.
good, but 1 minute left in cyber.
Doesn't,
Sorry, just flexing on him.
Right. You know,
Just
like,
flexing. You
oh,
know, no big deal.
Doesn't,
no big deal. I
doesn't
just
change what I said at all.
full art Ferris spells. You know, in Japanese.
Right.
Ferris spell with a world stamp. You know,
This
no big deal.
guy.
No, this guy. I mean, I did play competitive foul for a bit.
Right.
So you know, I think to me, again, you know, the cool thing I think about this Wanderer event, I think the biggest disappointments I had out of this Wanderer event was
Right.
that more non-tag didn't make top, or sorry, more non-tag, non-order didn't top.
Okay.
In the top 16, we certainly had those, but not in the top 8.
Mhm.
I'd be interested to see what the ban list would do to impact whether those older rulers like we had talked about, right?
Right.
So that's pretty. So we'll have to see what happens there.
All I'm saying is, Dark Tree didn't seem like so much of a problem.
One Dark Tree did top 8
Top
or
8?
top 16.
Top 16, yeah.
Yeah, it was in contention.
Yeah.
Flex. Yeah, this is
So-
that Keurig emote
so-
is just me.
So I'm
just
saying. So I'm
flexing.
saying.
Going first or second?
So it doesn't seem like too much of a problem.
Taking the coin, or not? Brendan choosing to go first.
Oh.
Why would you choose to go
Interesting.
first and give Derek 3 will?
As they say, gonna learn today.
Well, 4.
What happened with the giveaway
We gave it
yesterday?
just
You
Joe
missed it.
Ramirez. Joe Ramirez was who we pulled.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him. We'll be messaging
Yeah.
him to get him his promos.
Yep.
Oh, also move 4.
Yeah, we did that
Okay.
as soon as we started the stream, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, after top 8.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're in Europe.
I did say Dark Tree sucks. Oh, okay, Echo. All right,
So Moonshade.
fight me.
Now we really have to. Look at your
Why
deck
would
list and
you-
see what the probabilities are of my best play line.
What is the sideboard? What is the sideboard for Brendan?
Pull this up.
Hunting Angel, no. Evil Elemental Uprising, no. Attendant of Asmodeus, maybe? Shackles of Ice doesn't do anything in this matchup.
As well.
Yeah, I don't really know what we sideboarded into
Yeah, I
here
don't
in
know.
game 2 that justifies going first. That's the biggest piece to me. Is like, how did we justify going first here?
A2 life produce black and cast Scorn of Dark Alice.
Sure thing.
Scorn of Dark Alice.
We have Horn, Umer, Dance of Chaos, Ferris Spell, Son of Manifestation.
Yes, yeah.
Interesting.
You grab the
Right.
Umir.
I mean, that's
Yep.
the only thing we can
you
grab.
have to grab the Umir
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
That's, a
That's
choice.
not a great
Okay.
hand for Derek.
No, it isn't.
I mean, the sudden
And
manifestation
then I
certainly
will
helps,
cast you.
and we do have a filter from Mooge.
Yeah. We have to filter like right away.
Did
'Cause-
it give me base? Give me red.
Yep.
We'll activate Mooge Dart.
Sure.
Bottom deck. That one. I will. Using floating red, cast sudden manifestation.
That's good.
Draw stone.
Brendan just slams Academy
Over
Guard,
the
but he's
last
not
turn,
playing
you
it.
get your 2 fairies,
unfortunately.
Transformation Power, and
Again, the combo decks.
Yeah.
Horn,
Horn.
and what was this? Horn, sudden manifestation. 2 fair spell, and Dance of Chaos.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Why did the scorn felt so weird there.
I'll go ahead and cast red, white, and red.
There's a red wine.
That's good.
Well, now we know the whole hand,
I'll
right?
let that
Right.
go.
If sudden mana, he's
Right,
gonna let
so
it come into
you're-
play. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll call stone.
Mm-hmm.
I will play horn.
Okay.
And I will pass to you. Stone triggers to go away and
That's
trigger to draw.
No fair. So
Yep,
the hand at this point in time is sudden. The known
go to my
hand
turn,
is sudden manifestation. No, sudden manifestation
filter
has
with
double fairer
Mm-hmm.
and Dance of Chaos,
Yeah.
and that's it.
We're covered.
That's all we've seen.
And an
so far.
unknown,
We're in call stone.
Yeah. and
because
unknown.
the
It's another
drew for
move.
turn sudden manifestation drew us into red wine or something else, and then we played the red wine.
Mhm.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Let's.
So it's just a protective hand, but it's
I mean, that's not what you want against
take two
Almerius.
white,
Take extra turns, Mooge Dart.
Right.
use White.
That's the thing. You just have to pop off
Okay.
before they
You're the
can
Godspeed
do that.
Archer.
That's the only.
Pierre the Godspeed Archer.
And he'll get
Eh.
his 2 bow counters, and I will remove them to destroy.
We're just gonna get rid of the red wine and
Yep.
red now. Yep.
Gone. And then go to combat.
He's down to
and you gotta
64
play.
or 6,600 life, by the way,
Yeah.
because he paid 2.
36.
36, 66,
Was it more important
36.
as a blocker? No. Pass turn.
Absolutely not. We'll draw.
Okay.
There was a card you didn't expect to see.
Wait, what card?
Pierre the Godspeed Archer.
Oh yeah.
Who would have
Call
thunk?
stone.
Pierre coming back.
We'll pass.
Just call stone pass.
Pass turn.
Mhm.
Okay.
Rough.
You got it.
Yeah.
Filter with Mooge.
Rough.
We will put. See, that could be useful.
At this point in time, we have 2 unknowns.
Put that on the bottom.
Yeah.
We're definitely set up to be able to do ices, right? We have
And
quick cast
forward
ices to be
cover.
able to support it too. Although
Yeah.
those are both dark, those are both
Let's.
They're blue, yeah,
blue,
blue,
red,
white,
hearth
blue,
cores.
Cast
blue
Micaiah.
reds. Yeah.
Rhea before recovery.
All right. 60.
So we're going down
Four.
to
Right,
64.
yep.
Yep.
Search my deck.
You got it.
All right. Hit this final stance.
Yeah.
Go
Derek
You got
only had Omir.
Are we gonna see an extra turn this turn? Because there's no green, I think kind of, yeah. If I'm being
Okay.
honest.
Yeah.
There's no green to stop. We get a color stone.
and then we're going to. call
Pierre
Stone
can
Attack.
swing in this turn.
Be recovered. That's a black silence.
Oh, that's unfortunate that we can't pump.
We will
Yeah, we can't pump. Yeah.
go to combat.
Yeah.
4.
Ouchies.
We're definitely
4.
That was played before recovery.
This was played before recovery. You were correct.
32 to 64.
Down
Wishful,
to 32.
wishful thinking. Let's pay for and judgmental memories.
Down to
because
60.
I'm greedy and I have to win somehow.
We will
He's honest.
activate Mooge Dart.
Sure.
Draw.
Did we see something to mess with the graveyard and stop the final stance?
trigger to draw from Moonstart before the mana
Yeah,
is, but
Do you have
Oh,
green open
shut up,
here?
shut up.
Almeria's gonna give us an extra
Um,
stance.
And I'll horn target you.
Yep.
Jump it,
Oh,
screen.
Lorite.
Lorite the horn.
Safe there.
Cool. And then Almerius draw card or
Mhm.
Moonstart draw card.
Moonstart draw card, yeah.
Almerius get the final stance.
Okay. Play through the Horn of Sacred
so I
Beasts.
Get another turn, and
can't
I have nothing left to do with that, so I'll pass turn. Go to me.
But this is enough damage with pumps on board for lethal.
Copper.
Yeah.
2 white
Now we're
pumps
at
is plus
32.
4.
Yeah.
That's just for the 4 bodies. That's 16 just from the pumps.
32.
Mhm.
And then everything else on board is easily 16 more. Well, actually, no. No, yeah.
Presenting 15 damage on board.
Callstone with Moonstart.
It's not ideal.
Let's see. 16 plus 32. Oh, it's not enough. Pumping them up 4 is 16 plus another 15 is only 31. There's literally 1 short. He has to Callstone hit a light source here. And then he can go in for lethal.
Okay. Judge, real quick.
You said Judge.
What's up?
So tapping for will does not use the chase and is unreactable, and I can do it in the middle of other things happening. Correct?
For like Moonshade, yeah.
Right.
Will abilities are defined as abilities that activated abilities that produce will, and that also that do not target, which is really critical. And
Right. I guess the key of this question here is if I play a thing and wait for
Okay.
him to say that he does not respond, can I then tap in response?
well, so you have priority first. So once you pass priority and he passes priority, it moves to the next step. So like if you're in your main phase right now. So if you just said pass priority and he passed priority, you'd go to end phase.
Well, so I'm saying
that
that
make
like say I play a card, right? He says I
Yeah.
do not respond, and then I can tap my moons, not
No,
play anything
so
else, but tap my
You're
moons.
thinking of just thinking of like basically with like a 3-drop Athenia when you would play it.
Yeah.
Basically, can you play 3-drop Athenia, and then if they have no response to the enter, can you then float a well and then recover your stones?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So you have to will abilities can be done at 2 times. One is when you have priority, and the other is while you're paying a cost of something. You have priority first, so once you pass that priority and your opponent passes, it just resolves the automatic ability, if that makes sense. Which Athenia are you thinking of? My apologies.
It's
Like,
a
I mean,
3-drop
I'm
thing.
assuming it's not
Essentially,
the one that's
essentially you would
banned.
have to do it. Yeah, you would have to do it before.
You would have to do it.
You have to do it preemptively.
Before you would ask
Yes.
for a response, yeah.
Yes.
Once you
Okay.
pass priority and they pass priority, it automatically moves to the next step. So
It
whether the
just goes up.
resolution of the top thing on the chase or the next phase.
Talking about
make
how to
sense?
respond,
Yes,
will
it does.
will stone
Okay, perfect.
abilities.
In which case, let me do my math again.
Y'all learning right here on Rule of School.
Education.
Yep. Boom.
Because
Thought it
like
was
there
all
is
fun
a
and
chance
games.
here. So like looking at Derek's deck,
Good life lessons.
the problem is not much of our stuff flies. Or sorry, everything except our Pierre flies.
Right.
Or no, everything except
Nope.
Lorite currently flies.
Right.
We're in game 2.
Okay, this should be fine. Call Stone
Gradius
Moonstart.
can kill stuff. We need this to be a red.
That'll be a Magician of Knowledge.
There's a white source. We got there.
Okay.
We will pay 2 life.
Down to 60 or
produce
58.
white,
Produce white.
and trigger Almerius to give my board +2/+2.
Is it 1 white or 2 white?
It is 1 white to give G/Resonators
I thought it was 2 white too. No,
Yeah.
honestly, like I'm
Okay.
like,
And
Jesus.
then I will produce 1, 2, and cast Attendant of Asmodeus.
Attendant of Asmodeus.
Okay.
Oh,
Enter to
Oh.
interesting.
So
That's a
he's
good way
trying
to
to-
do it.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2, 3,
pump up heavy.
4, 5.
So he's got one. So he spent 1 white,
Stones.
pumped into everything,
Mhm.
right?
And then we will pay 2
What a-
life to do it again.
So we're down to
Pay 2 life
56,
to do it again.
54,
So I will be at 54.
and 3 pumps to the
will be at
board.
3 triggers of Almerius, so the board is going +6/+6.
Derek's
would that
like
be 4?
intimidation.
Because you use 2 Moonshades, right? And then you use 2 again.
Boy, it can't even intimidate.
Yes. Okay, you're right.
Yep. Unless I'm mistaken, or maybe or no,
No,
you,
no.
you
I've only done it
okay,
once.
Yeah, it
okay,
was
only
just
did it
1
once.
then 2.
Yep,
It should
yep,
be.
you
Yeah,
left
yeah.
up the you left up the 1 well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I
sorry,
left up
my
the
bad.
1 will. Okay,
Yep.
so this is 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Everything's
And
+6, so
then-
that's lethal.
Yeah, +6.
Mm.
Sure.
So
Intimidation from Derek randomly,
Like what sword?
with no white will to be able to cast
Right.
it.
With no cards on the field.
10, and Elmaris is 16.
Marius is 12. So this will be 32 between these 3, and then I also have Lorite. And I have your life total at 32 here.
Yeah, that's the yep.
Okay. We move into game 3.
Oh, that's game?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
So you guys
Okay.
got 3 minutes to sideboard.
Yeah. Okay.
and just under 38 minutes on round, just so you know.
Thank you.
This is, you know what this is harkening back to?
What's
for
up?
me? This feels very much, which is for
Oh,
the
definitely, yeah.
for the implications of what it means about what happens in the world and everything else, in the future formats. This feels very much like my run
Funny
in
enough,
the
I think
Canada
all of my
GP.
matches, that was probably the absolute worst starting hand of
Derek's like, yeah, that was worse. Is
I,
the deck got me to
Ace, I hope you
finals,
draw it again.
and then just was like, I got you here. This is as far as I'm taking
Yeah.
you.
Right.
Garbage
That
hand,
deck is
garbage hand.
crazy consistent.
I got down to I got into finals, and my deck just was like,
Meh.
I've taken you
I'm
far
not
enough.
touching it at all.
You're not doing anything here.
I've had that.
So this feels very much like that for Derek. It's
What's
like
that?
in these past few matches. It doesn't
Yeah, it
help
was
that
ki-
there was the
honestly kind of
misplay in game
upsetting
2,
that I
but
scorned, and the only thing to hit was.
I've
yeah,
had
I
that
was
at
like, you should do
Yu-Gi-Oh!
smart, like the man. I was
Regionals.
like,
Like,
no,
just took me
I
to the
shouldn't be
top
more bad
table and
about
was
this,
like,
but
nah, we're good.
I don't even care.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
yeah. So we'll have
I
to
was
see.
more upset that my hand was just so bad.
Yeah. So this is. I
You
mean,
did
this.
fools
Are
there?
you all both done sideboarding?
Yes.
We're both done sideboarding.
Okay, Derek, would you like to go first or second?
I will be going second.
Ooh.
Now Derek needs to try to see if he can close it out by getting a good hand in game 3.
Yeah.
So
Going
it
on the
was,
coin is certainly helpful. He has 7 cards to see it now, right? But he also
Yeah.
got put on the draw for game 2.
because
Makes sense.
Well,
it was the one.
He got put on the draw for
um,
game 2. It
I
just
only
didn't.
kept
He just
see-
didn't have
though,
anything in
because
hand. I
opened
think that was
the
Yeah,
second
the hand
one,
was
yeah,
just-
like,
that was it
well,
was just
if I send this one,
but,
I'm not gonna see it. So he just used the horn
so
for that thing, and then mulled
I
everything
think
else.
if he
and,
just
yeah.
actually has good
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
he'd be
Do
alright.
that again.
no.
Derek's a good sport though. So.
Yeah. Oh,
3,
yeah.
4,
In theory, the
5,
first soul was a good call, but I didn't hit the. I didn't hit the.
Yeah.
I didn't hit the thing. Halvesies good.
Have is good. Yeah, I just did
Mhm.
once, so.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, yeah, Toby, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just here for
Actually,
the
that
meta
would have been
reference,
super
like,
interesting
yeah,
final
Derek.
if Derek did win.
Derek versus Steven.
Steven, yeah.
I don't think either of us wanted that world. I don't think either of us wanted that world.
Oh man. That
Take
would've been
away
hilarious.
from this weekend is there are things that can be done to the ban list.
Right.
How soon they need to be done
Of course, of course.
after we have some knowledge is yet to be decided.
Yeah. So I mean,
4.
it's been a very educating weekend, I would say, with everything going on in this format. So especially for everyone back at home, you now know what to look out for.
You when you are.
Alright.
Call
And
Stone.
here
for
we
next
go
GP.
in
That's a white green
game 3.
Go to you.
Gusting Skies out the top gives us access to Lorite or Lumia.
Yeah.
Video main phase, producer red.
Yep.
Austin.
Yep.
We will attempt to draw 2.
This means war.
Oh
Yep,
man.
yeah.
Let me just say, I've seen Attendant of Asmodeus used to recover stones in this event more than I ever saw it playing Order Killer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a clever use of the card,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Brendan played that really well to get the pumps that he needed while being able to protect himself from whatever Derek might have had.
Right.
Derek didn't end up having anything, but at the same time. What's the follow-up here? We've already called stone. Unfortunately, this feels like another really weird hand because we've like snap called stone, right?
I actually wanted to
Who's
play
playing?
Attendant in Tree, but wasn't
I
sure
will
how it
cast
fit.
a sudden manifestation.
There's sudden
there we
manifestation
go.
coming down here.
There we go.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't think you can really do much to the sudden. Yeah.
Nah,
Stone.
it's a little bit of an engine started, but you know.
It's all like sudden manifestation is a net neutral card when you don't have an ISIS, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little bit of advantage because Milas gave you that free will, but at the same time, it's like net neutral. You went 1-for-1 stone-wise and 1-for-1 card-wise. It's ISIS that really like makes the deck just kind of like go flying. Imagine we see a flames. If it's not a great hand, we see a flames. Oh,
Do
another
it again.
sudden manifestation
I
or a
will say.
flames. This also kind of doesn't feel great to have to do this now for Derek because it's fewer things for him to do with his ISIS. If that makes sense. Right?
Yeah.
We will.
I mean, we still have big cards. I mean, we
Red
have
wine and
the
bread.
stones on board.
Yeah.
But they
So
go
there's-
away. Is the
I know.
problem.
I'm gonna
They
say,
go
but
away.
like by the time our ISIS,
He's
comes
not gonna pay
down.
for it, which makes me feel like we are not doing much this
he's not
turn.
paying- okay. Yeah, I don't know now. I'll shut up forever.
I will.
Let it be known though that watching this happen doesn't mean that it's not insane. That the deck is not very consistent. Just that this stuff can happen.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Okay. Unless this is the
We'll
attend-
cast the Flame of Nyarlathotep.
yeah,
Flame
that's
of
what that's
Nyarlathotep
what I
just
think is
to-
coming.
Just to
That
keep
is
it.
seal 5 to trigger Flames of Nyarlathotep.
That is correct.
Don't think he'd do anything to this because he's gonna go down to
I will
seal
move
1,
to end of turn stone triggers.
and then Dusk gets draw card.
Let's see.
You let the stones go,
You
but then still before
can
end
go to
phase.
of stone toes. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Draw.
Yep.
Good.
Wow.
All right. I will drop a turn. I will filter with Moonstart.
What do we got that Flames and Nyarlathotep here, but he's kind of reset. And now the problem is, again, like I said, is
We'll bottom that one.
without having the ISIS on board, burning through those
go
sudden
to-
manifestations and a red wine feel not great.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
That
go-
being said, Derek still has
Yeah.
a full grip of hand on
Mhm.
cards, right?
And
So
then we'll
Derek
call
could very easily go into something next turn when he's a little bit feeling a little bit safer. But we'll have to see, because this is still very much anybody's game, and we are taking it to a game 3. We are taking it to a game 3. I will say I'm glad that we've seen these kind of back and forths in because
Yeah.
I
Wasn't just
looking in the top
solitaire.
8 based on what we picked, there was a very real chance that we just watch
Right.
one person do something all day. So this has been nice.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Got it. We'll drop a turn.
Mm-hmm.
We will recover.
You're still at 40 life, right?
Correct.
70 to
you got it.
40.
4,000. Recover. We will call stone. I will now pay the 3 to go
Down to 37.
Makes
Vapor
sense.
Station.
Resonance trigger.
Our stuff is
Yes.
bigger for the turn.
I will activate Mooch.
We're
Drop.
digging.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what comes out of this. Problem is now you're staring down like with double green, white,
Yeah, I was gonna say we got
From
2 cancels.
and a filter.
Yeah.
We got like the I can pop off with minimal interruption time has passed.
Mm-hmm.
Heaven forbid we get to 3 stones.
Move to combat. Let's swing 8 for 4.
400.
Flames is 2/2.
Yep.
I'll take 4.
Down to 30 not 36. That's a very big flame.
66.
66.
Yeah, I got you.
We'll slam another flame.
Slam another
flames.
one. I like that flame.
Okay.
Yeah, we will pass the turn.
Oh,
Interesting.
Go to my turn and draw for turn.
Yeah. The more stones you give your opponent at this point, yeah.
the
now
more
it's just-
stones that, because of the way these two decks are playing, the
Mhm.
more stones that Brendan gets, the worse it is for Derek, because Derek does
Absolutely.
not have nearly as much protection for his
Mhm.
combo,
Mhm.
right? His
Yeah, we'll go to recovery.
his
Boom.
his
Bring
answer
it down a
to
Mhm.
his protection is just to slam more stuff,
Exactly.
which is great if your opponent doesn't have resources. But now we're getting to the point where we have resources. We got
Right.
plenty of resources.
Now I have
So
all the responses.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the trick here.
Uh-huh.
I also do have some irony in the fact that a Nyarlathotep deck playmat is the one that is giving the deck that uses the Nyarlathotep cards the problem. So it's channeled the spirit of Nyarli.
And then I'll
Mhm.
blow up wine and bread because that scares me.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll swing in for 4.
No, go for the flames.
33. And
That's
30.
interesting. Take him down to 33. Pierre the Archer not going after the flames.
Yeah.
So, like, you might say, well, you can just banish it in response. Sure, but then what is he going to do with that red will?
Exactly.
I'd rather make him not have that red will during his turn. That seems like a misplay. If it comes back to him having exactly one red will to push through, I'm going to tell you.
Yep.
Board control in FOW is important. Oh, she has a dual disc.
Wait, what?
The Nyarlathotep in the playmat has a dual disc.
Oh.
That's funny. Hey, Jalen, good to have you here.
That is pretty funny.
Third place match here. Yeah. Because, like, 4 damage versus stealing a will from Derek to me feels irrelevant. Like,
Yeah.
4 life, I don't think is the relevant piece there. I think it's minimizing Derek's resources. Because it feels like he's stumbling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll have to see. Derek's still at... So, with the Flames now, we're still in recovery phase for Derek. This is pre-recovery. Derek does still have some push-through potential here. Because now we're down to exactly green, an Omni Stone, and a green black stone.
Before my recovery.
Before your
Before recovery, we got Phantasmal.
I'll say that that's fine.
Move to recover.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you had another one, I would like over here.
Oh, just like Phantasmal into Phantasmal.
Yeah, into
like,
Phantasmal. I was like, oh god.
That would. I mean, good thing you got rid of that wed wine in bed, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you lose your card.
Now Derek's got to the point where he's got a lot of will.
Mm-hmm.
Red wine and bread.
There we go.
Got another one.
Red wine coming in.
Okay.
The problem is Derek is sitting on currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah,
is his
one of
chance to be. This is his chance to be able to play through.
We'll take 3.
Gonna pay 3. Goes down to 3 grand.
All right.
Trigger.
Derek's doing a really good job in this match of playing to the fact that he has to play a little bit slower, that the hand's not super great. He's applying decent pressure, giving himself more outs to future turns. It just has to be watch for final stance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to look at the deck. Outside of the 2 horns, one horn
Another
between main, one
wine.
horn between side, and the Lorites,
Thinking.
we don't have much in the way of responses to final stance.
I suppose that is fine.
Second red wine, stuff's gonna get big here. Now our Flames of Nyarlathotep produce triple red,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure, I'll take the 3.
All right.
but now also those Flames of
27.
Nyarlathoteps are gonna hit for a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So now everything's getting +6,
Mhm.
+6 with this red wine. So those Flames are both 8/8s. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like we killed one of those flames in your own thought tip. We'd be
Right.
staring down 8 damage as opposed to 16.
Right.
8 damage that are also 3 will each. That's a big piece here.
Mm-hmm.
And we still can flip Milist. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Milist flip for a big damage push this turn,
Mm-hmm.
based on what Derek's draw might be, or if he can find an Isis. Because we're setting up a position. Well, not necessarily anymore. Triggers.
Oh, yeah, it's
We're setting up a position where we have so much will that in response to Isis, we can do, like, in response to his answers to Isis, we can do something else, including draw a bunch of cards.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's the big, like, Derek is playing this this game very, very well. To say, like, I didn't get the early game.
Move to combat.
Yeah.
Combat is good.
No.
5.
So 12 from each of
I
these.
will,
That's plus 10 on everything.
swing at you for 10.
Takes him down to 66. Or 56 if this
Yes,
happens.
I'll go
Mm.
56.
Feels like there's a
Is that
Lumia
10
in
or
hand.
12? Isn't it plus 10 on everything?
Or 12, sorry, yeah. Plus
Alright,
the extra.
so, okay,
I
Goes
forgot-
down
I
to
just- I forgot to clear
54.
myself. Yes, thank you.
54.
I will swing another 12.
I will take it. 42.
4,200.
Mm. Yeah. In a
Behold the
regular
power
life
of
deck.
the feast that is red wine and bread.
In a regular life deck,
It
this
doesn't
would have
matter as
been
long as I don't have 0.
crushing.
True.
Oh, it definitely feels like we have a Lorite. I don't think
Yeah.
Brendan would have let nearly as much of this resolve. Or sorry, a Lumia. Definitely think we have Lumia. Because Derek's hand also isn't a ton of. Oh no, he has 8 cards on hand. A lot of cards on hand.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to, can we cast and resolve a Lumia Princess of Rebirth?
Right.
Isis is coming down here, I think. Either that or Violet and Maribella. Either one, I think, are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Violet and Maribella also feels pretty decent against the possible final stance turn, because if he swings, like the turn that he pumps it all up, he can just block everything with the Violet and Maribella, because it can just keep recovering.
Yeah.
We'll do 3. We'll Judgment Mage.
Judgmenting Mooge Dart.
She won't see herself trigger. She'll get swiftness from my list. Cards in hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She is
5
a
cards in hand.
15, 17, plus, oh no,
Or
plus red
15.
wine.
15, 7.
Right. Plus what's on the
yeah.
field, right?
25, 17.
25, 17. Because of red wine and bread. Yeah, does pump up your J rulers.
You may Judgment Moosh Dart.
I will move to combat.
Combat is good.
I will swing 25.
25.
In response.
Okay.
Mikage Raya?
Black.
Yeah, Mikage Raya coming in here to stop that.
Flash in Mikage Raya.
That's a good.
I will attempt to Ferris Ball Urea.
I will
Garion?
produce green.
Burgarian?
Yeah. I
He
think
only has
that's-
blue-red coin here, so we're pretty safe to punish it.
Yeah.
Thinking. This is going to be 25 damage.
Yeah.
And you will have only energize up after this. You will also have the
these.
flames.
Right.
Yeah, that's the problem is too. He's got the flames will
Absolutely.
You
too.
only produce red, and I'm scared of Yog-Sothoth. You do have a bunch of cards in hand. Umir is in your deck.
Yeah, Derek's played this real tight.
Mm-hmm.
That Ferris spell was well timed.
Mm-hmm.
It's very.
Cards in hand?
I have 4 currently.
4 cards in hand.
Oh, so yeah, so she loses 300 attack. So 22.
Yeah, it'll be 22. Let me chase that by filtering with Moosh Dart.
Sure.
Just the top card, please.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll stick that on the bottom.
Green
No, we won't.
start.
We will stick that on the bottom.
What did he produce? We have
Green.
green. We have green
Yeah.
floating. So we've committed to the green.
Yeah.
Remove Garyon in my hand from the game.
I will energize for a blue
Yeah.
to setting the stage.
Unfortunate.
Oh, whoa! There it is. That's the protection, setting the stage of Providence. Derek is playing a
So,
grand total
combat
of
will be for 20
one
damage.
Yeah, 22.
of those in main and one of those
22.
inside.
20.
20
When she deals damage,
life.
draw.
Draw a
He's
card.
down to 20. That could be the game. Because now
Yeah.
we're tapped out,
Mhm.
and we've got a bunch of floating. Although we don't have ways to give stuff
Um,
swiftness. Unless we grab Jabba to Umir's.
Anyway, I'll produce 3 red.
Okay.
I will get a stone draw card.
Okay.
That'll help accelerate things. Yep.
Mhm.
Good. I mean, good job, Derek. He played that
Mhm.
real tight. He
Mhm.
played the slow game. Got to where he needed to. Absolutely. He's got 2 floating reds still.
Yeah, if you can put in the ISIS here. I think that just-
Yeah. If he puts in an Isis here or a Yogg-Sothoth, it's over. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a really strong play from Derek.
Mhm.
He played this game
Derek.
3 perfect.
Yes.
I'm required to notify you because they're mandatory triggers on red wine and breads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Move to end of turn.
That's okay.
Stone to draw.
Yes.
Oh no.
Draw.
He has
Yeah, all
just
your
3
stuff
red.
goes away. Cleanup is good. Draw.
Yep.
Huh.
Man, what is the hand from Derek? That was it,
Yeah.
though, too. So many cards. Drew so many cards and just didn't see it where
Yeah.
he needed. Because, like, an Isis there is, like, the end of
Which-
things.
Yeah, that would be the end.
An
Literally the
Umir or
end.
the Yogg-Sothoth is the end of
Also
things.
Marius.
Mhm.
It's a moonshade.
You got it.
Let's.
Still very much feels like Derek's in a good spot here.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah, he's still in this spot.
but we just had Dalmarius for stone. So we also aren't taking a second turn this turn.
No.
We will cast Flashing Smile.
Mm.
All right. Yeah, my board is
Awesome.
stupid dead. I will banish to make a red.
Yeah, you get that's.
This stuff is
Flashing Smile, we finally got to see.
Mm.
Okay. Combat, swinging for.
Yeah. now taking forward.
Down to 23.
23.
What a
23,
weird
22?
back and forth this is game.
Yeah.
I am at 20.
Or 23, 20, excuse me.
Yes.
Okay, yes, sorry.
Said
I don't,
20
know, I
what?
don't even know where I got that other extra 2 from.
Cool. And then I will pass to you.
Cards in hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in hand.
Sounds good. After
Sweet.
end of turn triggers before cleanup,
Yeah.
I will use this floating red to cast this Phantasmal.
Phantasmal Ascendant.
Yeah, the deck got him to final, or got him to
Yeah, the top.
playing for third, and then just kind of gasses out.
Yeah, it's like,
I have 1, 2,
sorry.
And
Fred.
like that's not to say that the deck isn't amazing. That's
Right.
not to say that the Derek hasn't played it incredibly tight. That's just the variance of card games that totally happens sometimes.
Mhm.
so we can get her stone.
And I mean, it really
Vintage
could
Red.
happen at any point.
Okay, so we are in
the
Derek's
tournament.
turn. He's got a Phantasmal Ascendant.
But of
We've
course, when you
got
get to the top, you get punished for it.
Oh.
yeah. That's why we play Swiss into top cut, right? You
Mhm.
do both.
Maybe this time Pierre actually would have been better used as a blocker.
We've burned through a lot of resources for Derek here. We do have Milas flip still.
We will recover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Callstone with Mood Start flip Milas.
Yeah.
Milas will get +4/+4. Like,
I mean,
I mean, maybe.
yeah.
Here.
Flashing Smile putting in that work. Clearing those boards. I mean, you might as well Callstone with Mood Start unless the hand is just Yeah, you see I in the my list here.
Close down.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan's Memoria. I will take the 3.
Goes down to 20.
Okay.
Resonance triggers.
Everything's getting +4/+4. The Phantasmal Ascendant can swing here, which is huge.
Mm.
Is there a world where you swing with the Phantasmal now? Before you do anything else?
Wait, no, that just came in his turn, didn't it?
No, it came in during the very last end phase of Brendan's turn.
Did we? How did we
Mm-hmm.
get the
So
extra stone?
the stone, because it's the Dance of Shadows thing where you like do it in the very last end phase, so you miss the at the next end of turn.
Yep.
So that Phantasmal can attack.
Yeah.
We'll do red wine and bread.
The very last sequence.
Another
of the
red wine. Now the Phantasmal is definitely gonna swing,
Oh yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll be +10, so it'll be swinging for 14. That's almost all of the damage.
Yes.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. Well, going down, I mean, yeah, it's very.
I mean, not even just that. Like, even if he does something to the Phantasmal, like Milas is still lurking in the background.
1, 2, 3. Go.
5 total pumps. Yeah, Phantasmal's swinging for nearly lethal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just by itself. Heaven forbid he has
Sorry,
another.
3 stones have entered this turn.
No, I have 3 red wine and bread. I'm sorry, I was doing total.
Oh, okay.
You want me to do
Okay.
separately? I can do separately if that's.
Total is fine as long as the count is right. So you had
right.
2 when you called stones, so that was +4, and then you got another one. So you got 5 total triggers, so it's at a +10. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
+10.
Phantasmal swinging for 14.
14. Get like one more.
But even then, like, my list is also like
That's what I was saying. Milas,
very much a flip
Yeah,
option here to close the game out.
yeah. That's what I was saying.
Actually,
Like,
I didn't
Milas is just lurking in the background just in case, like,
Play it, I didn't have
doesn't-
Asmodeus. So we'll do.
That's fair.
doesn't pan out for.
2, 1. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
Yeah, you're good.
Big thinks here for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
10.
both of these guys have been playing this game very tight. This match has been very tight, and that's what I like to see. That's what I like. I like to see upsets. I like to see skill play. And this does give some credence to like the strength of Derek's deck, right? Is that like in the hand of a good pilot, especially Derek? I mean, first off, Derek made the deck, but also he's a great pilot
Right.
of being able to say, I didn't convert what I needed. Time to change gears, and like I think Derek has done that very, very well in this game 3.
Mhm.
Game 2, I just don't think he had. I just don't think he had what he needed to be
Right.
able to change gears. But I
Mhm.
think Derek's done a very good job.
Yeah, Derek's been a very flexible player. We've seen that in the past a lot.
I will
We're filtering with
filter with
Mooch
Moon start.
to see if we get that 14 damage in.
Interesting.
We're going for.
How many cards?
There's no way we're Demon of Explosioning. Are we? Is that what we're trying to do? Just get him down to where my list plus Demon of Explosions? There's no way that that's the out, right? That we're just trying to get him low enough so that we can punish Lumias with Demon of Explosions with Quick Cast Burn?
On the bottom.
I mean, it's a way.
I don't hate that
I
line
don't-
right
I
now.
don't
Because
hate
my
it
list
either.
is also representing just 2 damage, right?
Yeah.
Alright, we got 14 coming in.
Yep. Take it.
Takes it.
Four
Take
damage.
The
4
4
shots in the
damage.
blocks.
I will produce a red
Wait.
for Cthulhu, and then I will attempt to play a Phantasmal.
Oh,
In
in response to.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, so we can pump it
Okay.
up to lethal.
Okay.
Produce black,
Mhm.
and I will remove Garyon in my hand from the game to destroy the attacking attendant.
Ooh, also a strong play there. Problem is, this leaves you completely
I will pay
vulnerable.
green, and I will attempt to Lorite the Garyon.
You'll Lorite Garyon.
We sat and we waited. Because we're trying to pump up the Phantasmal for lethal here in response to no blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So if this connects, it's lethal. Lumia won't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Used Garyon to try to kill it. The problem is,
I have 2.
this is it.
Yeah.
I think this is it. Because even if there's an out, the pumps from Red Wine, Mooj Dart draws him another card. This Phantasmal Ascendant is... He didn't do anything to the Phantasmal Ascendant that's coming in. It's going to still ramp a stone, which means +6 more
say,
from the Red Wine and
Him
Breads.
tapping out. Yeah, but say him tapping out.
Life,
go down to 18, even hurting him more. That's game. That is absolutely game because of the judgment of my list.
Fairs?
Fair.
Targeting. Has to target.
What are you targeting with the fairs? I'm sorry.
That is a great question. I will
Don't think it
Target.
matters.
the attendant.
We will bury the fair.
Whew, yep.
And
That's
that
game.
is game.
That's game.
That will be the game.
Resolves, Void resolves. Attendant. To get a stone.
Yep, attendant to get a stone.
Because he can also just judgment my list here too. That's very
Yeah.
much lethal.
Yep.
Derek playing his way in.
6, 7, 8.
Yep.
Derek finding
16,
the damage.
exactly 20.
16,
Like
which is
classic.
Exactly lethal. You got it.
Alright. Oh, GG's, man.
All right.
Well played, guys. Thank you so
Well
much.
played.
Finally found the ISIS after digging through my entire deck.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely.
So he did have a 13. Yikes.
That was just great play from
Yeah.
both of them. Like
Uh-huh.
that was really tight in that
Yeah.
game 3. And
That was an actual game.
That was
Like,
an
it wasn't
actual
like
game. Like,
doing
that was
the
a back.
FTK or
That was a
anything like
back
that.
and
It was
forth,
actually like,
right?
yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
so that's. I love how the beginning, the beginning of today. So like, let me just talk about this.
Was it talk-
Last
talk-
night,
Yeah.
we saw the spread.
Mm-hmm.
Really liked it, but we're like, yeah, these combo decks, right? And then like we watched some games, right? And we were like, yeah, okay, watch list, or like probably maybe worth banning,
Right.
and then we're like, yeah, okay, but just like, but I'm having seen today and like the skilled play, and now we're coming out of a Wild West meta to these decks being known.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I mean, kudos to Derek taking a third place, like showing off the deck's ability to play through. I honestly think that we're once again, you know, at the end of the day, I'm okay with how this top 8 went.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
I'm okay with putting stuff on a watch list in May and following up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because and both of these, you know, everyone who's played in this event are in the top 4 and the playing for third, you know, Toby versus Derek and then Derek versus Brendan, like just showing, and also even, you know, Brendan versus Joseph, right? In round 1 in top 8
Mm-hmm.
of like, yeah, there's these combo things that can happen. What if they stumble? What if your opponent plays you out? You know, that kind of thing.
Mm.
Like we've seen that play out over the course of this top 8 today. So
Right.
Rustin, you put it's a high power level that should be addressed down the road, but yeah, there's interaction. And now it'll be interesting to see, now that they're known and they've shown what they do, how that interaction changes
Exactly.
and how consistent they are.
Because that's what I was saying before. Like, we saw people adjusting for it during the games. Like, we were seeing like, oh, okay, I need to just switch the gears.
Yeah,
And like now I can punish exactly what you're trying to do.
yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like, so now that people are like, okay, now that we're outside of the GP, now I know how to approach my side deck.
Yep.
So, or even my main deck on how to beat these
Yeah,
decks.
doesn't mean that it shouldn't be addressed. Like
Right,
Rustin said,
right,
should
right.
be addressed.
Absolutely.
Right? But I think it does give more credence to the playing to logic and precedent versus emotional, quick
Right,
hit,
quick reactions, right?
Quick
Yeah.
hit.
Exactly. So,
So disagree with me if you want. Totally fine. I'll be here living my best life, and you guys can live your best life doing what you want.
right,
Overall, though, I mean, let's talk about Wanderer, this event as a whole, right?
right, right.
We saw 86 players. We saw
86,
32 different rulers show up. We saw practically 8 completely different decks in
Yeah.
the top 8. I mean, I would argue that like the two Mylist Mooch darts, while the like end game was different, they were essentially the same deck in a sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in spirit,
right?
yeah.
In the spirit. So
Yeah,
it's like, but also 8 completely different decks with even more different decks on
Right.
the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
People having a great time, people doing some really cool stuff, seeing some old school cards come back, some new school cards used in old rulers, some old cards used in new rulers. Like, I
mean, I would say,
don't
like,
think I can wish for a better
exactly.
event.
Or is it, regardless, I mean, even though we saw like the FTK, like it was a diverse format.
Right.
Like it wasn't just like what we were saying earlier. Like over the past year, we're just seeing control, and blah blah blah, and everyone's just like, yeah, yep, this is the play. We actually saw like, oh, wait a second, oh, back and forth, and like being surprised at how these games have been turned out. I'm like,
for sure.
Sheesh. Because even decks that we thought were like, oh yeah, no, this is a sure win. We're just gonna see it, just easy clap, and it was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that comes down to matchups, player skill, and matchups, player skill. The fact that we are a card game with variance,
absolutely,
and making the right calls and being able to adjust. I'm excited for what this means. I'm excited for what May would bring with the ban list, and then again in August.
It's a good call to just move to Wander. Like, honestly, I feel like this is. I mean, we
got more to see.
Yeah.
We got more to see, and we've had the experience. And very clearly, I will say, there are some people who are having the emotional reaction about seeing the burn decks or the pop-off decks, which I think we can all agree. Again, like we said, worth looking at to hit some stuff. Maybe not necessarily right away. Right. But I mean, the most people I've talked to about this event and said they had a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, and isn't that at the end of the day what you want?
Exactly. Just wish you
so
a physical GP.
Yeah. Let's hopefully have some. I mean, I would love to have some. If you do a quick hit ban, you have to state what you want to see as a meta. Yeah. Should we see turned 1s or 2s? Yeah. I mean, like, for me, if over the course of May and August's ban lists, we see turn 1s and 2s get nerfed, 3s become consistent, 4s become like protectable, and that's where like the tempo goes over the course of May and August, great. I'm totally fine with us working towards that environment. Sure. I don't think that, but I would say that I think we have the time to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like we have the time to be able to shift it.
Absolutely.
So we'll have to see what happens. All in all, though, today has been a ton of fun. Yesterday was a ton of fun. Super grateful to everyone who joined the channel as a member, and also just for those of you who tuned into the stream. We had like over 50 people almost the entire day yesterday and today. Super awesome to be able to hang out with you. Great to see new faces, old faces. New decks, old decks, all kinds of good stuff. Congrats again to our top 8. And until next time. Oh, and also huge thanks to Babatunde.
Oh, yeah,
thanks for coming, man.
No problem.
It's good to have you back.
Anytime,
good to have you back. And until next time, this is the two of us saying, class dismissed.